I'm also looking at more of Adam Duritz's greatest hits here. Dated Lara Flynn Boyle as well. Winona Ryder. This dude,
Whoa.
This dude's awesome.
How did you say that?
Isn't it Winona?
Yeah.
It's Winona.
No,
Is
it's
it?
not.
It's Winona Ryder.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that.
It's definitely Winona Ryder.
It's Winona?
Winona Ryder, yeah.
No, it's Winona Ryder.
No, it's
gotta
not.
be Winona.
On today's Part of My Take, we've got a great show for everyone. We have a U.S. Open preview with professional caddy / comedian, now golf analyst, Michael Collins. Great interview with him. And we also have our good friend Kevin Love back on the show, talking some NBA Finals, talking some Olympic basketball. Great time with him. Dan Hurley is staying in Connecticut. We're going to do Hot Seat Cool Throne. We have Pardon Your Take. It gets a little contentious at the end of the show. Hank starts attacking all of us.
False.
And it's all brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. We're this close to crowning an NBA champion with the action heating up on the court. It's even hotter at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. And DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered every step of the way with same-game parlays, live betting odds boosts, and so much more. Don't miss out as the NBA postseason winds down. It's super easy to get started with DraftKings if you're a first-timer. Try betting on something like a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your team, and place your first bet. It's that simple. And if you're new to DraftKings, good. Got to check this out. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Go check it out now. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Wednesday, June 12th. And PFT, this is why we should never take vacations. I'm taking a 3-day vacation with my family. We taped the show earlier today. And then I would say the biggest news that's ever happened in the history of this podcast taking place happened. And Joey Chestnut has been banned from the Nathan's hot dog eating competition on July 4th. And America is at its knees. It's the end of it. It feels like the late stages of an empire. This is the sign. When people say that on the news, I was like, no, we're fine. America's still fine. Today was the first day where I was like, we might be in some trouble.
We used to be a country, a proper country, where men could gather around on the 4th of July and eat 70 hot dogs and have the whole world rejoice. It was a positive force for America. I love the 4th of July. I love the hot dog eating contest. I haven't missed it, going back to the Kobayashi years when it became an event. And now Major League Eating, I don't know which side to take here. Am I taking Joey's side? I want to take Joey's side because I like Joey Chestnut, and he is a goddamn American hero. But Major League Eating is saying that he was doing a sponsorship deal with Impossible Meats, which is that's a little weird to begin with for Joey to be doing that sponsorship. But they're paying him. I'm not going to judge him for taking the bag. And there was a sponsorship that conflicted with the Nathan's hot dog eating. Some people were saying he was going to try to eat vegan hot dogs. I know Joey Chestnut pretty well.
That's crazy.
And I'm sure that Joey would not want any sort of competitive imbalance that would go along with eating a vegan hot dog.
So I saw that rumor going around. If Joey Chestnut tried to eat the vegan hot dogs on the 4th of July, I would 100% be on the side of Major League Eating. Don't ever let him eat another hot dog again in his life. I don't think that ever was on the table. I don't know about Impossible Meats. Are there bugs in the hot dogs? Because I will not eat the bugs. So I want to make sure that I have all my facts right before I take a stand here. I will not eat the bugs.
I don't know if there's bugs. I don't think that there's bugs in them.
Okay.
To my knowledge, it's fake meat. It's like soy.
I will not eat the bugs. Here's the thing. One, Joey Chestnut not being there means that like 4th of July is basically canceled. Now, people who are arguing he should never do an Impossible Meats brand sponsorship, I understand. I felt a little betrayed as well. But at the end of the day, Joey Chestnut is like at the top of the list of guys that I root for to be really rich because he's a legend. He's an American hero. He's one of the greatest athletes I've ever seen in my entire life. I thank my lucky stars that I was put on this earth at the same time as Joey Chestnut. Joey Chestnut's not rich as far as I can tell because the dude is still like going to Schenectady, New York in the middle of May to down 100 oysters for $5,000. Like, I'm pretty sure that he just needs the sponsorships he gets. So I'm hoping it's like a live situation where Joey Chestnut is just getting the bag from Impossible Meats. And I tip my cap to them because I'll never, ever pocket watch or judge someone who's going to get their money. I'm just really sad overall. Like overall, the whole situation has saddened me and shook me way more than I thought it would. I was thinking about this from the moment it was announced because then I got on my flight until we were able to talk about it here. It's been just rattling my whole, like, my wife was like, what's wrong? I was just like, I don't want to talk about it right now. Joey Chestnut's not going to compete in the 4th of July. I was that upset.
Yeah, I'm fine with Joey getting paid. Get paid by any means necessary. I can't imagine that the career span of a competitive eater goes into your like 50s and 60s. I feel like it's a young man's game. So get the bag when you can. He's also the best to ever do something that everybody that has ever lived does.
Yes.
We've all eaten. Every person here, everybody eats. Joey Chestnut is the best person, the best eater of all time in the history of the world. He needs to be rich for that fact. So
yes,
get the bag. I don't know if it's a live situation. There are some similarities there, like Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and PETA, handshake, don't eat pork. I get that, but I don't think that there's like a competitive league that's forming that's trying to draw players away. I think if anything, and our friend TJ pointed this out, TJ Hitchens, he might be putting us all over. This might be a work.
Yeah.
Because that's why I want to talk to Joey about it, because Impossible Meats does some sort of co-branding with Nathan's. So there's already a business relationship there. I don't know if this is him turning heel and then he's going to come back like stone cold. I don't know what's going to happen. But I do know that my 4th of July is going to be significantly worse.
And I know people want to take, Hank, I'll get to you in a sec. I know people want to take stands, and I understand that. And I get it, because my initial reaction was like, how could they ban him? And then when I realized it was Impossible Burgers and there could potentially be bugs at stake here, that's not American. Like eating bug burgers, eating bug dogs on 4th of July is not American, which I'm upset that Joey took that type of money. But at the end of the day, I think this whole story has just bummed me out more than anything. It's like one of those ones where I'm just sad about how everything. Why can't we get to the table and figure out why can't America and Joey Chestnut shake hands on July 4th? Like this is putting the world to pick a side between Joey Chestnut and the country we love. It's impossible. No pun intended.
Well, because Joey is a very unique creation of the country that we love. Right. Joey Chestnut would not exist in any other country. But because of the good old USA and the Stars and Stripes, we have the best person to ever eat food that lives within our borders. And we all get to watch him and root for him on TV. And it's actually sad, because this is an example of human greatness that we're all going to miss out on the 4th of July because of some sort of business dispute. And so we're the losers here.
And I'm hoping we can get Joey on the show at some point in the next week or so. I would love to maybe figure out a way to see how many Barstool employees Joey thinks he could challenge on the 4th of July, which would be pretty fun. Well, or Kobayashi, but like, Joey, what's the number of people you think that you could beat on the 4th of July? And he just took on like 15 of us.
Kobayashi did retire from eating.
He did. But you can always, if we've learned anything, everyone's got a price. What, Hank?
I mean, we can cut it, Big Cat. We were talking to them last year. Like, we had them doing their return match.
I know, but Kobayashi retired since then.
Oh, he retired again?
I think he retired again. We were talking about, we were going to do a rough and rowdy Joey Chestnut Kobayashi mashup where like it would be like in between fight 10 and 11, they come out and eat a shitload of dogs, and then we go right back to fighting.
Yeah,
it would have been
can talk
incredible.
about that. We discussed that with Joey when he was on the podcast.
Yeah.
No, then there was serious like,
negotiations.
Talks for months. Then it went nowhere, but it was happening.
Yeah. I'm just sad. I also I love whenever a story like this happens where like from the outside people will be like, are you guys really leading the podcast with hot dog eating like losers? No, we're not losers. And I'll show you how serious this is. In the press release for Major League Eating said in a statement, for nearly 2 decades, we have worked under the same basic hot dog exclusivity provisions.
Mm-hmm.
I love that there were hot dog exclusivity provisions. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then Joey issued a statement 4 hours ago. Joey posted this online. I was gutted to learn from the media that after 19 years, I'm banned from the Nathan's July 4th hot dog eating contest. I love competing in that event. I love celebrating America with my fans all over this great country on the 4th. I've been training to defend my title. First of all, kind of a rat move that he learned about this from the media. He found out the same way we all found out. He goes on. He says, to set the record straight, I do not have a contract with MLE or Nathan's, and they're looking to change the rules from past years as it relates to other partners I could work with. This is apparently the basis on which I'm being banned, and it doesn't impact the July 4th event. Sadly, this is the decision Nathan's and Major League Eating are making, and it will deprive the great fans of the holiday's usual joy and entertainment. To my fans, I love you and I appreciate you. Rest assured that you'll see me eat again soon. Stay hungry.
I feel like John Madden died all over again. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah, it's a turducken of sadness.
I'm grieving. I actually have had I don't know what to say. You can't have this. You can't have 4th of July without Joey Chestnut. So we'll try our best to figure out a way to get Joey Chestnut into the 4th of July, whether it's through Nathan's or not. But I don't know how we can't. I guess this is like, now I understand why countries go to war. Like, how can you not? We're sitting back and being like, how can Major League Eating and Joey Chestnut not sit down and figure this whole thing out?
Yeah, they should
Fuck
be
the
able
vegan
to.
dogs.
They
Fuck
should
the
be able
bug
to.
dogs.
So what is the core issue here? Are they afraid that Joey's going to show up wearing an Impossible hot dogs hat?
No, I think I think they said that it would be like if MJ was like, oh, now I'm wearing Adidas, but I don't know. It's not. He was going to compete in Nathan's. He wasn't going to talk about Impossible Burgers. He was just doing that on the outside, outside of the 4th of July, which I think he should be allowed to do. I think he should be allowed to get. I wish he didn't do the bug dogs, but I think he should be allowed to get his money.
I think they're soy boys. I don't think that there's any insects in those dogs.
Okay, well, I'm not going to eat the bugs. I just want that very clear.
How
I will
rich
drink
do
the
you think
bugs.
Joey
I will do the
Chestnut should be
cicada
to
shot.
get that?
What?
How rich do you think Joey Chestnut should be in your estimate? Like, if we're up to you,
billionaire.
Okay,
I'm being honest. Joey Chestnut. What is Joey Chestnut? What does Jeff Bezos do better than Joey Chestnut? Not a lot. What does Elon Musk do better than Joey Chestnut? Like, I want Joey Chestnut to be so rich that he can do whatever he wants, and then every 4th of July he just comes in his helicopter, maybe even in like an Inspector Gadget suit, just fucking swoops in, eats his 74 hot dogs, wows the crowd, and then swoops out, and he just goes back to his awesome life. That's what he deserves.
The amount that he trains is crazy too. Like he is literally an athlete. He is as good at his sport as anybody has ever been at their sport. He is. Yeah. He's Jesse Owens, Michael Jordan, Shohei Ohtani,
Secretariat minus the steroids,
Secretariat's heart.
Yep,
all rolled into one. That's what Joey is.
How rich do you think he should be, Hank?
No, I was just curious. You brought that up a couple times, but it's one event a year. I don't know how like.
It's not one event a year.
But my point is like
a year.
He has one event a year. He should be able to go get his money outside of that. Like, because the oyster eating competition isn't paying. He goes and eats like, you see him and he's in Bakersfield, California, eating cake flavored tampons for $7,000. It's like the guy deserves more than that. He deserves more. Hank, by the way, I thought you had a flight tonight. Why are you at home?
I did have a flight tonight, but I'm back in Chicago and I'm feeling it.
What happened? Nice drop there. What happened?
I was gonna save it for Firefest because it just, they talk about golf, like don't compound mistakes, don't let one bad shot become two bad shots, et cetera, et cetera. My real life version of that was at the end of my last trip, which was a couple months ago. My suitcase, I realized, broke like when I put it down the handle, and I couldn't pull it up, and I had to fucking like push my suitcase, like basically lean down and push it and roll it in the airport all the way to my car, which was a brutal experience.
Oh, wow.
Completely forgot about it.
Okay.
And then today I packed up my suitcase. I'm waiting for my elevator. I go to pull up the handle. It's broken. And I started like jamming the suitcase trying to open it. I put my backpack down, really fucking got in there and started jamming it. Finally opened it, get on the elevator, get in the Uber, sit in the Uber for like an hour and 10 minutes because of traffic. Get out, gives me my suitcase. I walk inside. I'm like, oh shit. Realize I forgot my backpack. Run out, like hope I can catch my Uber, catch him. I'm like, yo, I left my backpack. He's like, no, you didn't. I was like, I just opened the back. Not in there, not in the back. Left it at my house, and it had all the shit I needed. Like I was debating whether or not I could just not have anything in my backpack, but it had my laptop, my mic, a bunch of shirts I needed. Like it had a bunch of stuff that I needed. So then I had to
Marijuana.
turn around. No marijuana. Don't travel with
Your
marijuana.
gun.
My gun.
Your full tool set that you try to bring up.
It was more my laptop and mic.
Wait. This is so much worse than I thought. You had your backpack on and you put it down?
Because my suitcase was broken.
Then walked out without your backpack?
Yeah, because I was doing it as my elevator was coming up. So like I finally opened it as my elevator got up, and I just got right on. And then it was an hour and a half to get back. So I just went to Rosemont, Illinois, got my hair cut, and about some old woman did it in like 10 minutes. Ate a depressing Subway sub.
Wait, so you did compound a mistake with a mistake?
Well, I was like, I'm not going to sit in traffic. I just sat in traffic for an hour and a half. I don't want to sit in traffic for 2 hours now. Like I need to just I need to go eat, and I needed to get a haircut, which I was going to do tomorrow, which then I obviously don't have time to do tomorrow. So I was like, I need to get a haircut somewhere, and I just found the closest place. So yeah, I'm home, and I missed softball.
Are you flying out tomorrow?
I'm flying out first thing in the morning.
Oh my God!
Set your alarm.
Well,
I know,
Hank. So you also had that's bad news. Also, you had bad news with the Celtics, which should we have you read the injury? And then do you want an apology from Max? What do you want? Max famously on Sunday night said, oh, Kristaps is hurt again. Let's go.
Context.
I spent the whole Uber up there when I thought I had my backpack. I'm thinking I'm just getting on the flight. I'm like, we're cursed. Like, is there a chance we're cursed? This is bad. There is nothing like being a sports fan and going across the various sports Twitter doctors and kind of choosing the one that you like that sounds the best, because there was conflicting reports all over the place with like, oh, this is bad. He might never play again. Oh, they can tape it up and he can be fine. I don't know what to believe. He's listed as questionable for game 3. And it's like, I think Max cursed us.
Wait, so what? Read the injury report, Hank.
This is just, you're trying to make me sound dumb.
No, I just want you to read the injury report. And I want Max to apologize to you. Max, are you getting a lot of hate?
And this is Shams too, so who knows? Okay. Celtics Kristaps Porzingis suffered a torn medial retinaculum, allowing dislocation of the posterior tibialis tendon.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I read this. I don't know if he has a sprained ankle or he's never going to walk again.
All right, so I got a report.
There's been like 12 people in the last 150 years to get this injury.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good when the Twitter doctors are putting like parentheses very rare on the injury report, and when it's parts of the body that you didn't even know existed. Not usually good.
Our friend Sam Decker said, I didn't even know you could tear the whatever. Hey, say it again, Hank.
Torn medial retinaculum.
Yeah, he said, I didn't even know you could tear that.
Retinaculum.
So I reached out directly to Pro Football Doc because I wanted to get the report to pass the news along to Max because Max really wanted an update on this. He said, Porzingis, no bueno. You can quote me on this, is what he said. No bueno. Out for finals. Not exactly, but the comparison is Kurt Schilling.
That's good.
Kurt Schilling won a World Series that year.
Yeah. And he won the game.
I have a doctor, shout out Dr. Dan, who told me that the closest thing that he could find that is a little more common was when Von Miller dislocated his peroneal tendons on the other side of your ankle in training camp in 2020. He missed the entire season. But that's how rare it is.
He played the rest of the game, though.
That's how rare it is that he was like the closest thing you could comp is someone in football tearing the other side of their ankle, which is kind of similar but not really similar because no one ever has done this. So what do you think, Hank?
I literally don't know what to think. They already did the injury report for tomorrow. He's listed as questionable. My gut tells me he's not going to play tomorrow, and then maybe, depending what happens tomorrow, like, I don't know. It seems he said after game 2 that he would die on the floor. And the only way he's not going to play is if the Celtics medical staff literally refused to allow it. I tried to get some intel on like if our medical staff are dogs or not.
And
how seriously do you take that Hippocratic oath?
Well, yeah, I was like, are they dogs? Like, are they just going to be like, let's fucking go win a championship, or are they going to just like, the book says sit?
But he looked like he couldn't move after he heard it.
I know.
Like we watched it and we're like, this looks weird. He's not moving well.
And it's such a rare injury. I don't know if there's a book on this injury. That's what I'm saying. Like it would be such a rare blackjack hand that there's no book on it.
But he's walking around fine. He doesn't have a brace on. Like tape exists. They got shit for that. Like it's scary. I don't want to say that I want him to risk never being able to play again.
Good thing you didn't say that.
But he said he would die on the floor, and if he wants to play, he should be allowed to make that decision as an adult.
I think you guys can win this series without him.
I do too, but like I don't like even. I don't like it.
With Porzingis, you guys have won 76% of your games. Without Porzingis, you've won 86%.
No, other way around. You think, right?
Yeah.
No.
With Porzingis, 76.
They've won 76% of their games with Kristaps Porzingis. They've won 86% of their games without Porzingis.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You looking at the stat?
I'm looking at the stat. That's the regular season and the playoffs this year.
So there you go. You're fine.
And Kurt Schilling.
I think you're fine.
Max, how's it going online for you? Because you wished this into existence.
I did not wish this into existence.
You celebrated it.
I did not celebrate the injury. I celebrated the circumstance of the situation.
Why'd you go run up a fucking tree like a cat?
Are you okay?
I don't like this. I think this is a bit and I'm scared. I was hiding and then I got up here and it's scary.
You need some help?
No, I can do it. I like having this behind me.
Where are you hiding from?
I don't know.
Are you okay?
I need to come down.
No, sit there. Go PFG. Are you scared?
I'm scared. I don't like ladders. I don't know what. This is a bad idea.
Why'd you start climbing?
I don't know. I just started climbing.
I was scared and I was hiding because I didn't want to speak with you, Henry.
That's why I tried to climb up on the roof. Is because I was afraid.
I climbed up the ladder, and then I realized midway
crying because it was too high.
I'm scared of ladders. Okay,
That's where you went. Wait, what did you say? The You celebrated this. What was that
The
quote?
circumstance, not the injury.
The circumstance of this situation.
The circumstance of me forgetting to update the hurt or injured board, and it became relevant again when it would have been irrelevant.
Got it. Okay.
But I didn't actually want him to get hurt. I was like, oh, that's a discussion, because at the end of the game, no one really thought he was that hurt. Fact or fiction?
I thought he was hurt.
Henry, fact or fiction?
Fiction.
If he went down and tore his foot into two, I wouldn't have said that.
Well,
But it was like, oh yeah, he got a little dinged up. That's all right. That's relevant.
Or
again.
he was injured. Quite literally, that's what you thought.
Yeah, you put it
Right,
on the
but
board.
you didn't know which.
He celebrated the circumstance of the situation.
I
If you
think-
want to put him in jail for that, put him in jail for that.
I think Max I kind of agree with him. I don't think that he celebrated the injury. I think he celebrated the hurt.
But the question is, deep down, he celebrated the injury.
Yeah, no,
Max just shook his head. Max
got
agreed. He said,
very
"Yeah,
mad at him
he
earlier.
celebrated the
I was like,
hurt, and it turned into an injury." And then that explains Max's running away in shame, trying to climb up a tree to get away from Hank, is because he knew deep down that he might have had something to do with it.
The optics are bad. The optics are bad. I'm willing to agree to that.
The optics were you stuck in a tunnel on a ladder, being like, "Help!"
I'm willing to agree.
I knew that it was going to look that way, but deep down that I know in my head that I was not truly celebrating his injury. I was celebrating the circumstance.
That you're talking about Sunday night, but now you also know deep down in your head that you're happy that he's injured. That's where you and Roan piss me off, because you're both scumbags and you know you're scumbags and we know you're scumbags. But when push comes to shove, you're like, no, it's great.
Well, let's see what happens in game 3.
Okay.
That's all.
How's it online for you right now, Max?
I don't give a shit.
Ugh.
I mean, Celtics fans are always going to be up my ass. I mean, it's Boston. Boston's a fucking trash ass town, trash ass people, and can't fucking make flights. They get shitty haircuts.
Oh, no, not the haircut.
I take the haircut back. It
Well,
actually looks pretty
you
good.
know it. Hank is
25
thinking
bucks.
about it because he keeps looking and doing the move where he's just like, you can tell if you're watching this right now, Hank has checked himself out about 17 times.
I mean, it's a big day tomorrow, and I had to go to a fucking 50-year-old woman giving me a fade, and I just did it.
Did you get your haircut to impress Tom?
Duh. What?
Duh.
So wait,
All right, so-
talk to me about your decision making about where you got your haircut. You just picked a random stop and got off, and then looked for a woman to cut your hair.
Well, also my phone was dying.
You're
I had
you're 30. You're about to be 31.
I wasn't trying to compound a mistake with another mistake.
You're gonna be 31 in tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow Eve.
Yeah.
No, it all worked out. It's all good. But yeah, I just Googled haircuts nearby, and I went to one that was close, and it was
And you got your phone
50-year-old
charged.
It was a 50-year-old woman. She cut my hair in 20 minutes, so my phone charged like 5%. I think it's all right.
Yeah, it's fine. All right. Last thing. So wait, Hank, you think Kristaps is not going to play tomorrow or today?
My gut says no.
Okay. And Max, what kind of celebration do you have planned for when he doesn't play?
0. I want him to play. And karma also may have already gotten me because I could have broken part of my hand in softball today.
Pretty much broken hand.
Wait. Why would it be karma if you were just celebrating the circumstance of the situation?
Well, the optics, the optics of the karma.
Got
Because
it. Wait, but so
online.
wouldn't the karma retribution just be like a superficial injury, not an actual injury?
Well, it could be like it hurts right now, but it might not be a real injury.
Okay. So I think that
Yeah.
if it's not a real injury,
It may look, yeah.
then you actually are innocent. But if it's a real injury, then you're guilty.
I'm willing to accept that,
Okay.
that ruling.
I had one last thing for us. I teased it to you guys on the text chain. Our guy Pug.
Beast.
Is he though?
I think
Is he
so.
a beast? He might be a pussy. This is my text exchange with Pug earlier today. I was laughing so hard. Pug texted me. So for context, I I have season tickets to the Cubs, who suck. Blew another game tonight. They're fucking trash right now. Pug texted me at 2:40 today. He said,
Oh, no.
"Hey, do you know of anywhere employees can get discounts on Cubs tickets?
Oh, no.
Was trying to hit a game this weekend." And I replied to the text that he asked. And I said, I'm pretty sure I know Game Time has a code. We talk about the ad all the time. Game Time has great last minute deals, zone deals, flash deals. Get them all. And I said, you could also ask Memes or Hank, because Game Time, our wonderful sponsor, gives us a allotted amount of tickets every month. I said, you may be able to get free tickets with Game Time. And he said, will do. Appreciate it. This was at 2:40. End of conversation. 5:11 p.m., he texts me, my bad, I'm a giant pussy. Are your tickets available this weekend?
There's more to this story that you don't know about.
What? I mean, what?
Pug has been asking us about your tickets all week. And I have told him so many times, just ask. He has told us that if he's going on vacation. He's not going to be here. Yes. All you have to do is ask him if the tickets are available. And he's like, yeah, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to like make it look like I need his tickets. Like, that's a bad look. I'm like, dude, he literally tells us,
yes,
ask if you want to go to the games. And he was like, well, I thought if I asked him this way that maybe he would have just like on his own just given me the tickets. So that's when he showed me what he sent to you. And Memes looks at him and goes, type this word for word. Say, I'm a pussy. Are your tickets available this weekend? Pug writes it out. He writes it out. He then gives me the phone and then goes, you have to click send. Also, not to mention, he has 2 friends coming this weekend, and you gave him 2 tickets.
I have 2
and
tickets, Pug.
He's like, I don't really know what to do with the 2 tickets.
Wait, so now you can't, because I sent them to you, Pug. Did you get them?
Yes.
I sent you the Saturday tickets. So now what are you going to do? I have 2 tickets. Did you think
He's like, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out.
Wait,
I'm very appreciative of the tickets.
How many tickets did you think I had, Pug?
No,
I don't know. I was just trying to put feelers out.
You're just trying to collect as many tickets as you can get?
No. The initial text was like, I was just hoping deep down you would say like, oh, I have tickets.
You know what? I have 3. Here you go.
Wait, but Pug, this is crazy because like I'm happy to give you tickets. Like Max says, I tell you guys all the time, like just ask. Like there's days that I am using them, or my friend who I co-own with is using them. But Pug, you now have 2 tickets that are like good tickets, and you have 3 people. What are you gonna do? Are you going to sell my tickets? And then
I could. No. I would never do that.
You
can. I could get another
you,
ticket in that section and just try to like.
That's expensive, Pug.
Yeah.
Or this is now a thing. We can probably do a game time.
Yeah, we can do a game time.
Yes.
Pug, I'm going to give you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. You are free and clear to sell my tickets to buy 3 more tickets.
Now I feel bad again.
No, you don't feel. I'm telling you, you're free and clear to do it. If you would like to do that, or I'll just buy you 3 tickets.
Or just sell the 3 tickets
Pug,
and go to the bar.
What are you afraid of? Why were you scared to ask?
I felt like it would be very like, I thought it'd be rude just be like, hey, you got tickets? Can I have them? Like, I just felt like that was.
I actually can understand that.
Pug.
I can understand that. It probably would have been better
if you bring it up to you.
Yeah, if you had just seen me. Yeah, if you'd seen me this morning, you were just like, hey, I got some buddies in town. Because then that actually would have been an easier conversation. You're like, I have buddies in town. I'd be like, how many? You'd be like, 2. I'd be like, well, I only have 2 tickets.
Yeah, I think that was the plan, and I just the timeline never lined up. I probably could have done a better
It was
job
all
of
week.
looking
It was
for
all
you.
week. He was terrified to have the conversation.
I mean, I get it.
He was never lined up, and I just.
But Pug, I offer the tickets all the time.
I know. I don't know.
You overthought this
I'm a pussy.
so
I'm a
much.
pussy.
Yeah.
He thought that it didn't. He thought that didn't apply to him.
Why?
Is what he was. He was like, do you think that applies to me too? I'm like, yes. You literally work for like. You work directly for him. Like you do.
I love you, Pug.
Yeah. It's not like a random like intern going through the office being like, hey, Big Cat, can I have your Cubs tickets? You see him like every single day. And you work directly for him.
We now have to figure out this ticket situation because you have 2 tickets and 3 people and they're in a nice section. So it's like you can't I'll buy you another seat.
It's also Cubs Cardinals. Like,
Which is
I'm appreciative.
a
of
Saturday
anything,
Cubs
so,
Cardinals game is a very expensive ticket.
Yeah. I'm a pussy. Pug.
I love you, Puck. You guys believe this?
No,
You should
I
have
don't.
just asked.
I believe it, but
Everyone here has asked for tickets except Pug. Just been like, hey, can I use the tickets? I'm like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, it's a learning lesson. Next time, I'm just going direct to you. And just
Next time I want you to come up to me and say, hey, fuckface, give me your tickets. I'll respect that.
all right, we'll do.
also this whole show while you guys are doing the rest of the show and we were on mute, Pub would just look over at me. He's like, "This is gonna be bad."
No,
This
it's
is gonna
not
be
bad. It's just funny.
Yeah,
To
no,
get a
it's good.
text from him being like, hey, I'm a pussy. I actually was wondering if I could have your tickets.
Yeah, I overthought it.
Oh,
Pug.
Pug, I love you. All right,
Pug,
I'm gonna go on
Pug,
game time.
I need you to just be brutally honest from now on, because I
Yeah.
feel like you're holding back on us.
All right, that's fine.
What if
All right.
Pug is
I
holding
can do
back
that.
on us and he's just a fucking monster?
Yeah, he's just a real asshole. This could be his jokerification.
Yeah, he just starts shoving us around, just being like, "Listen, assholes, I'm Pug. Get the fuck out of
Yeah,
my
actually,
way."
yeah. Fuck you guys, actually.
Yeah, there you go, Pug. All right, Pug, I'm going to buy you another seat. Game time. Shout out game time. We're going to buy you a seat, and we'll get all three
I
boys in
apologize
there.
for the fuck you. Sorry, Pug.
Okay, I think let's kick it to ourselves. We got Dan Hurley talk. We got Michael Collins. We got Kevin Love. We got Pardon Your Take, contentious Pardon Your Take. So let's kick it back to ourselves in studio. Today is Wednesday, June 12th, and Dan Hurley is staying in Storrs, Connecticut.
All is right with the world. Great job by Dan Hurley getting paid so much money.
Yes.
They're upping his contract right now. Smart move on his part, not signing a contract after Kentucky.
Yep.
Waiting. So they're retooling. He turned down the offer from Los Angeles. I don't know if he ever really wanted the job. I feel like he might have just played this perfectly, used the job to get more money, stay at home.
Dan Hurley might be so back-to-back national titles, obviously the new face of college basketball coaching, and then to turn down Kentucky and the Lakers in the same 3-month span. That's a historic run.
It's great.
That's a historic run to turn down those two entities in that amount of time for that much money. He's just flexing on everyone, and it might just simply be that his wife does not want to leave the Northeast.
Yeah, she's a ride or die. She's like, Los Angeles, Dan, you can't even get a good cup of piss out there.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to find your drinks. You're not going to have fun. The weather's going to be too nice. His vibe is just Northeast, bad weather, a little bit pissed off all the time. I would not like to see him in LA. I think he fits in Connecticut. Sometimes the grass isn't always greener. And now LeBron back to the drawing board. I was saying it's a bad look for podcasters, getting turned down by Dan Hurley, your guy that you wanted.
LeBron does kind of get, like, the Lakers get embarrassed here a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I mean, Coach K did it 20 years ago, but you don't turn down the Lakers.
Are the Lakers in trouble?
The Lakers might be in trouble.
oh, they're getting brawny.
I also always say it's actually the headline.
Yeah, but
right
Bronny's
now.
not going to be able to be developed.
Yeah.
I think J.J. Redick's going to be able to develop Bronny.
Someone needs to develop this boy. They need to get him. They need to get their hands on him and figure out how to develop him.
They need to hire a special coach just for Bronny.
Just for development.
Tom Crean.
Coach K.
Yeah.
Already in the building.
Tom Crean did a great job. Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Just get him. Just have him hang out.
Yeah. It's actually the headline right now on ESPN. It says Lakers are embarrassed now, but can they recover after Hurley's rejection? And it just bears repeating, but Rob Pelinka just is Rob Lowe.
Mhm.
It's every single time I see a picture.
Yeah,
it's
looks
Rob Lowe.
Just like him.
I don't understand
And
how those aren't the same guy.
They have the show about the Clippers. Like they got to do it. They did the the Showtime Lakers. They have to be doing something with Rob Lowe as Pelinka.
What would they do?
Just punked.
Fab Five? He was on the Fab Five team.
But he wasn't around for Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
Actually,
Maybe the bubble.
it would
The
rock.
most boring series ever.
Yeah, the bubble series, that'd be trash. Even any movie that comes out that even mentions COVID, I'm like, no, don't want to see it. Don't want to relive that in my brain.
Yeah.
It'd be very funny if they did an episode of Punked, and it was Rob Lowe playing Rob Pelinka, and he's interviewing J.J. Redick, being like, hey, you want the Lakers job?
Oh.
And then J.J.'s like, yes. And Rob Lowe's like, you've been punked.
I like that.
I'm not actually the guy.
Yeah. And we got you.
We got you.
But also, you're going to get hired because we don't have any other options.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
This was our idea for Punked, but now it turns out that nobody else can coach this team. It's a big day for they're supposed to be the Lakers guys. You're supposed to be the Lakers.
Right.
You're supposed to get any coach you want, any free agent you want.
Yes. Yeah, you should be able to just essentially, I mean, it's the Lakers and the Yankees.
Yeah.
Every player, coach, successful person is just a future Laker or Yankee. They don't know it yet.
Mm-hmm.
If the Lakers or Yankees decide it, then it is done.
You will be mine one day.
Yeah, right.
Oh yes,
you don't have a say in it. It's not non-consensual. They just and now Dan Hurley has bucked the trend and he's having a hell of a run. And did you see also he is getting free wings for life from J. Timothy's Tavern somewhere in Connecticut. They offered free wings for life if he stays.
That's great. That's a great deal. That's you don't even need to do the contract anymore.
It would be funny if he just stopped coaching and just got fat and just ate free wings every single day.
That's my job.
Yeah.
If anybody offers me free wings for life, I might just quit. I might retire. You don't have to worry about buying food anymore.
Yeah.
Major expense.
Free wings for life.
Yeah, that's the best retirement plan.
So I'm happy for college basketball, though. This is good for college basketball. This is good for having like the hard-nosed, old-school throwback coach. One person in this room, though, it really sucks for, and that would be our guy Maxwell.
Well, he's not in this room.
Yeah, I guess he's not in this room.
I knew he wasn't leaving.
You knew it?
I never got my hopes up for him to leave once.
Yeah.
It even when even I was on the golf course yesterday and I was told that and I was like, "Yep, that's fine." I knew he was staying. There was no chance that he was leaving.
You were golfing yesterday?
Yep.
On a work day?
Yep.
Billy still
Or
can't
work.
believe it, by the way.
For work. You either die a Max or you live long enough to become a Hank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You've now become a Hank.
I'm Hank.
Did you have a good day?
Great day, great Monday.
I had a question too. So I agree with you that you never fully believed it. You were kind of consistent with that. You're like, he's gonna stay. This is I don't want to get my hopes up. I did see though when it all went down yesterday. Alex Caravan, who's going to the NBA, tweeted about Dan Hurley coming back to Uconn. Why would he care? He's in the NBA, Max.
Well, yeah, he came back.
What?
No, you told me he was going to the NBA.
No, you
He was
told
going to the NBA.
No, you told us.
And then he came back.
You actually sent us the tweet that's saying he was testing the waters for the NBA, and you said Max was right, looking for credit.
Max was wrong. There you go.
Oh, wow. And I said, while maintaining his college eligibility, and you said, no, he's gone. You can't write a letter like he wrote and come back. But he's back.
Whatever.
So I guess congrats to UConn on winning another championship.
Probably.
Waltzing through the Big East.
It is. I mean, to go 3 in a row hasn't been done since John Wooden.
Yeah,
It will never be done again.
It'd be incredible, especially in this era.
Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, you guys, that sucks for you, Max, even though you never got your hopes up. It also sucks for Billy. We can't really trust him as a reporter anymore.
Well, I'm not ready to write Billy's report off just yet.
Okay.
Because Billy told us he told the world that Dan Hurley was going to go to the Lakers. He confirmed that by getting shushed by Dan Hurley's son.
Yeah.
And then when the report came out that he was staying, Big Cat, you hit up Billy pretty much right away and just asked him, hey, what's going on with this report, Billy? We thought that we could trust you on this one. And Billy said, I need to talk to Andrew. I need to make sure that this is actually official. It could still happen. So we don't know. We don't know if Dan Hurley's staying at UConn, per Billy.
Billy has to talk to Andrew and see if he gets shushed again.
Yeah. So he said, I don't believe it. The son was nodding his head while shushing.
They were having mimosas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said if you drink a mimosa at 10 a.m., that's a man who doesn't have a hard decision to make. Billy also sent
Right,
me.
but wouldn't that he staying in UConn was the not hard decision?
Is that also true? Like,
You know what it sounds
Yeah.
like to me?
mimosas can be a great time or like the worst time ever. You need a mimosa.
Yeah,
like, there's
true.
no
True.
someone drinking a mimosa could be in any state of mind.
I think it's pretty obvious what happened. Dan Hurley drinking a mimosa probably the morning of his interview. He just got a great vacation with his family to Los Angeles, and he was like, "Oh fuck it, I'm gonna hit the bottomless mimosa bar before this interview with the Lakers. I don't give a shit if they offer me the job. Let's have a good time."
Yeah.
Getting paid more regardless.
Yeah. So
Billy,
What's the
he said
mimosa? Champagne and orange juice?
champagne orange juice. Yeah.
Not a mimosa guy. Screwdriver over all the Bloody Mary, mimosa, all that shit.
Let me put you on some game, Big Cat.
Yeah.
Do a screwdriver with some champagne in it.
No, I don't like champagne. That's
No,
the whole
it's-
reason I don't like mimosa.
it's good.
Carbonation,
The
Yeah.
carbonate, the bubbles are
I don't
good.
like champagne.
but a little taste.
You know what's
No,
good?
I'm telling you, I do not like champagne.
Not a little taste.
Okay.
Watermelon mimosa, pretty good too.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. So
I had a
Bill-
yellow watermelon.
What about a
yesterday.
watermelon screwdriver?
yeah, you can do that,
Okay.
and then add some champagne too.
No, I don't like the champagne.
You know, there's yellow watermelons, PFT.
Yes.
Yellow watermelons? Not for me.
We had that on the golf course yesterday.
Not for me.
It was a little weird. Hank also, when we got there, because we were doing for Pause Chicago, we were doing their golf outing. I wasn't golfing because I had to work, but I went for the first hour or so.
And we represented in your.
Hank showed up an hour late,
Shut up.
and then was like, "Where the hell's the food?" And it looked like he was the
crazy.
Pied Piper. There was about 10 of us following him around the entire private club while he was looking for the food. He's like, "Where the food? You got burgers? You got hot?" Just yelling at random people, and then he found it.
Tea time was at 11:30, and Big Cat told everyone to get there.
No, whoa!
at
I did
8:30.
not. I did
Everyone
not.
was
I
there
did not
at
say
9
anything.
o'clock.
I followed
It
directions.
should have been 9:30. We had 2.5 hours.
I
before
followed
we took
directions.
off.
Did you
I
get
followed
food?
Directions.
Yeah, we had lunch. We hit the range for an hour. Like we had all the time in the world.
Great spread.
But you got food.
Got food.
Okay, that's
Had
We were
breakfast.
the first ones to eat too.
had-
We were there
and the
so
first on the
early.
range.
We should tell people
Yep.
just in case there might be some people listening. Like, hey, maybe this show's a little bit different right now. You might notice a change in our voice or our takes. It is 9:41
Yeah.
on Tuesday morning, which
Yeah.
is early. Hank, does your brain work this early? Are you fully awake yet?
No.
I already worked out this morning.
Oh shit!
Did you eat?
I haven't ate.
Oh God.
You
I'm
gotta
good.
eat.
I know it's Taco Tuesday down the street.
Damn. Yeah, I'm going on a mini 3-day vacation. So we'll Zoom show on Thursday. Although we've already done the interview. Appreciate the boys letting me do a Zoom show. It's, you know what it was? I was trying to remember why I'm going away today, and then it dawned on me that it's because my kids are out of school, but their camp hasn't started yet.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife was like, "We're doing something. I'm not dealing with this while you go to work." I was like, "That's fair.
Yeah.
That's completely fair."
Yeah, you forget that kids get out of school, and then that's like the worst time for parents. When you're a kid,
They just
summer vacation was the best.
flex. They're just like, "I don't got school today."
What would happen if you just like let them stay at home? Like, okay, don't break anything.
By themselves?
Yeah.
Very big problem.
If you came home,
Yeah.
like 3 hours, let them at home for 3 hours.
I mean, they probably would just be crying at the door, being like, "We got scared. Where'd you go?"
Yeah.
I did.
You got to learn sometime.
A 5 and a 3-year-old, they play well together, but it's just pre-fighting. When they're playing well together, it's pre-fight.
Yeah.
It's the pre-fight dance. It always leads to a fight.
Yeah.
So, but wait, what were we talking about with the Billy?
Oh, Billy, yeah. So
Yeah.
so Billy's report. He saw him drinking mimosas. To me, that screams guy that's on free vacation.
Yep.
Doesn't care about interview.
Yeah, he basically, I'm gonna take the visit so I can get the steak
Yeah.
and get to see the facilities.
We all like
and then
being,
I'm done.
We like being mimosa'd and dined.
Correct.
Everybody likes that. Billy said to Big Cat's question, so we think maybe still Lakers. Billy said, yeah, to be honest, I know what I saw. I think him staying is BS. Or they were straight up clowning me.
So Billy's essentially saying, I don't agree. I hear that you're staying at UConn. I don't agree with you.
Yes, I don't agree that Dan Hurley is staying at UConn, even though the report's out there. It could happen. I'm just saying it hasn't been confirmed yet by Billy.
I don't agree with your decision.
Yeah,
My interpretation is correct.
Yeah.
yeah. Billy got
You were
shushed.
drinking a mimosa.
Turns out
You must be going.
Turns out getting shushed is not confirmation of your report.
Also,
Thank God we didn't report it because he told us not to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out a Saturday morning with your family in Venice Beach, you're probably going to be drinking, or Santa Monica, you're probably going to be having a mimosa. That's like one of the top mimosa spots in the world.
It's wonderful for mimosas, and we don't know. Billy might have been having mimosas too.
He probably
might
had
have.
a lot of
Yeah.
mimosas. Yeah. So that was the big news story. Then we obviously had the Panthers up 2-0 on the Oilers. We have the Panthers are just a hockey machine. Their defense is so good. Just strangles the Oilers to death. They played like great team defense, and now the Oilers are in I think they're a must-win game 3, can't lose game 4.
I think they're all must wins.
Okay.
I think that the Panthers, they have so many ways to beat you. It got a little chippy, which I think could be good for the Oilers.
Oh, I think it was desperate by the Oilers. Like, we're going to play your style, And the Panthers are like, okay, fine, go ahead, play our style. We'll still beat you.
The nut shot at the end was that was desperation right there. That was frustration. But it got a little chippy. There were some elbows to jaws. The leg hit on Lusterinen.
Yeah,
In
that
the
was
first-
bad.
That was pretty dirty.
Dirty.
Probably deserving. So I saw some people saying like the league's getting soft for giving game misconduct for that. To me, even as a casual, I was like, yeah, you can't do that in a hockey game.
Yeah.
Try to take his knee out. The Panthers, they are a wagon. I feel like the Oilers are going to win Game 3 at home, though.
They need the tits.
They need the tits.
They need the tits because the Panthers have the little kid.
Mm-hmm.
The little kid behind the glass flexing. Baby Gronk's cousin.
Is that really Baby Gronk's cousin?
Sure.
Feels like it.
At some point, we're all related.
Yeah, that's true. Going way back.
Pangea.
The Panthers do look like a machine.
They're a machine.
They have an answer for everybody except for McDavid, who sometimes looks like he has to do it all himself when he's doing his little like back and forth spins, getting the entire defense to chase him, and then finding a guy in front of the net who misses a shot. I was thinking about this last night. If you're McDavid and you're so good at hockey, do you get frustrated with your teammates for not being as good as you?
Definitely.
I think you would, right?
Definitely.
I played with a couple guys like that back in the day that they were so mad at the rest of their team. Like, why can't you just do the things that I do?
Right. And you're just when he's moving the way he moves and you make a perfect pass and someone's not able to bury it, that would be frustrating.
It would be. Like, just be me.
Just be as good as me.
Why can't you be like me? It's not that hard to do. I do it every day.
Be brilliant with this.
They did get a goal on Bob, though.
They got one goal.
They kind of shot it through him.
Yeah.
Bob saved it, and then the puck just kind of made its way through his body somehow.
Bob's really good, too, at always getting his mask off or the goal comes off and they have to stop the play. Anytime it feels like the Oilers have a little bit of momentum.
Yeah.
Which is a savvy move by Bob.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
He tells his defense, like, just run into the goal, please.
Yeah. Whitney and the Spit and Chicklets boys will be there on, what is it, Thursday night?
Yeah, Thursday night.
night.
Extra day travel
really?
for the long travel.
Yeah.
The pod is in the building?
Pod is in the building. Longest travel in the history of the Stanley Cup.
I saw that, yeah.
Very cool.
The poor journalists.
Oh, my God.
Think about the journalists.
Imagine being a journal.
Yeah, they get the extra day off, though, so.
Yeah, but the flight is just insane. You got to go through customs.
And then they got to go back.
And you got to come
maybe.
back.
Maybe.
And then come back again.
Might not have to. The Panthers keep
true.
playing the way they are.
You get the mileage, though.
Yeah.
The frequent flyers.
Yeah, that's true. But do you get to keep those?
I think so.
I don't know. Sometimes companies don't do that.
They just bogart them for you.
They'll book the flight themselves.
Yeah, it is tough. It is tough having to make all that travel. Meals in various hotels that you might not be familiar with.
Oh,
Maybe you get locked out of your hotel room twice. Yeah, it's tough. Living on the road, hard work.
hard work. That's why and then they have to turn around and do the draft is coming up like right away after.
That's brutal.
It's I really feel bad for hockey journalists.
Especially Charles Barkley,
Yes.
hockey journalist Charles Barkley. You
Yeah.
could put him on any show. I when they brought him out after the first period, I was just like, I hope that Charles Barkley does every hockey game.
How
I
many?
feel like he's going to come on this show next year because he's going to be so bored and like want something to do.
But how? Okay, so good point, Hank. Because or good comment that I wanted to just throw out there. How many people do you think that Inside the NBA is done forever right now?
A lot.
Way too many.
A lot. Yeah.
The way Hank, were you one of them?
no.
Oh, okay.
I was
Next year.
a
They have
couple-
every year.
Yeah.
I was a couple months ago.
The way they made this seem, I think there's going to be a lot of people like, what? They're back on TV
Yeah.
in the fall?
Yeah.
They still have a whole other year.
Magic Johnson thought it was over.
Yeah.
He tweeted out about it, and then he had to delete the tweet once people were like, hey, it's actually not over this season.
Yeah.
It's next year. But you're going to see Charles Barkley and Shaq at a level of not giving a fuck that we didn't think was possible.
Did you guys see the fan yelling at Charles Barkley? I really wish Charles Barkley had punched that
He should have
fan.
punched him, yeah.
Yeah, because
He
that
dropped an
guy,
F-bomb on the Canadian broadcast.
Charles Barkley did.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Should he be in jail?
No,
Okay.
just saying.
How? What?
Does FCC apply to different countries?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think the FCC is in America.
Yeah.
So he's good.
You can say whatever you want on the air in Canada.
Yeah. Literally
Yeah.
anything.
Don Cherry was on it for like 25 years.
Yeah. There was a kid is probably like 19 years old going up to Charles Barkley like, you have no rings, you're a bum.
Mm-hmm.
And I got mad for Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley shouldn't have to deal with that.
No. There's also an age if like a person that clearly watched it went up and kind of was ribbing him, a kid who's like 18 years old who just doesn't. You weren't even alive when Charles Barkley was playing. That would piss me off.
It was funny when the kid went to the security guard afterwards and was like, "That man doesn't have any rings."
Yeah.
You don't understand. He doesn't have a ring.
Yeah, Charles said he's like, what if I just punched him? I
Yeah.
wish he had.
So Charles, the kid doesn't know that Charles Barkley back in the day, he would throw guys like that through a window.
Yeah.
He actually did do that one time.
He absolutely.
He should be allowed to do it again.
Yeah. Okay, what else? Anything else before we do Hot Seat Cool Throne and then we get some interviews? Did you see? I saw that I think someone in the House, what is it, Congress, were petitioning to have Caitlin Clark on the U.S. Olympic team.
That's good use of time.
Okay.
I think there's a representative from Indiana.
That one I saw and just like, fuck this.
Oh no, the guy from Indiana, he issued some sort of statement. He wrote a letter, I think, to the WNBA asking to protect Caitlin Clark more.
It's crazy. And I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that we got to talk about before Hot Seat Cool Throne?
I just want to say that the United States men's national team should fire Greg Berhalter on the record.
Why isn't this guy fired?
He was
every
fired.
other day it's Berhalter out. Just fucking make up your mind, people.
He was fired in 2022, and then they brought him back.
Actually fired?
Well, not renewed. And
Oh.
then they did a coaching search, and they're like, we're going to get back to Greg with 6 Gs.
Got it.
We lost 5-1 to Colombia.
Right.
And this is I've told you guys this because you guys get frustrated with U.S. soccer being back. Is the U.S. soccer team good? They are a good team. They've got very good players. And in the next World Cup, they should be competing to reach like the quarterfinals, semifinals.
Right.
They should be one of the best teams in the world. But with Greg, it's not going to happen. It's not. And we know it's not going to happen, but we're still keeping him around. And it's very frustrating. Very frustrating for soccer.
Get him out.
Get Berhalter out. Fire him. I might boycott the U.S. men's national team.
Yeah.
I'm boycotting Greg. Fuck Greg.
So you're not going to watch?
No, I'm boycotting him. Like, I might not watch Copa America because of Greg. I can't boycott the World Cup.
Okay, no boycotting of the World Cup.
I'll boycott some of the games
The Euros are coming up.
that we're not playing in.
Where are we? What are we playing right now? Copa America?
Yeah, that's the United States version of the Euros.
Got it. And we have to win this or Berhalter's out?
Yeah, I'm saying we have to make it to the finals or else
But we're not going to watch it.
I'm not going to watch some of the opening round games.
Okay. Every time I fucking see Berhalter out, I'm like, what the fuck? This guy's still around?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All he's done is get into a pissing match with their star player's dad.
It's crazy.
And then he won't let the star player play because of that.
Get this guy out of here.
He stinks.
Get him out of here. Okay, let's do Hot Seat Cool Throne. Hot Seat Cool Throne is brought to you by our friends at Coors Light. You don't have to be selling out stadiums to feel like you're chilling backstage. You just need Coors Light. Coors Light wants to make your summer more chill with limited edition backstage 6-packs curated by some of your favorite artists because music plus Coors Light equals chill amplified. Coors Light is the only choice when you're ready to choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. Crack open a Coors Light, put on your favorite music. It's summertime, nothing better. Amplify your chill this summer with Coors Light. Choose chill, choose Coors Light. Visit CoorsLight.com/summermusic to see how Coors Light can amplify your summer. And be sure to keep an eye out on Coors Light social handles and Coors Light Backstage 6pack.com all summer long for the drops. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. CoorsLight.com/take. We love Coors Light, the drink of the summer. Hank, your hot seat.
My hot seat is the field
Oh,
at the U.S. Open.
Okay.
The Greens, Wyndham Clark came out yesterday, said they're borderline,
what does that mean?
really, really fast.
Okay.
No rain forecasted. It's going to be like 90 degrees, so they're already super fast. Going to get faster.
I love it.
And yeah, you're getting the videos of people, throwing the ball on the green, and it just rolls
Oh,
off.
I love
those,
it.
yeah.
I love it.
Dropping balls in the rough.
I saw that one, a guy, like, he was standing next to a giant bush, and he's like, watch this. This is how tough this course is. And they just threw the golf ball into the bush and it disappeared. He's like, look at that. It's like, yeah, dude, you just threw a fucking golf ball
I
into a bush.
love it. Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, the course has its teeth out this week.
You'll never be able to survive this, just throwing a ball into the woods.
Yeah. He's like,
Don't hit it there.
He's sitting next to a lake and he throws in. Look
Yeah.
at that. The ball just disappeared.
Don't hit it in
This
the
course isn't playing around.
I'm excited. Hank, you actually rooting for the course?
Yeah.
I feel like you're a fake course guy. You want to see the guys go low.
Not
Guys like
super
us,
low.
we want to
Not
see
super
them.
low.
We want to see them struggle.
Yeah. I want
want pain.
Not just plus territory. I want the winner to shoot a plus 10.
No, I would like -5 to -1.
-5 to -1. Okay. I think Willie Z might be. That's my pick.
Is he live?
Yeah, I think he's live.
So, Hank, when you said borderline, that sounded like a golf term to me.
Wyndham Clark said borderline. I don't know what that means.
Borderline what?
I don't know.
Borderline between what are the borders?
Like borderline even playable?
Oh.
Okay.
They're already borderline.
Oh,
That's
and
good.
it hasn't baked out yet.
Baked out, and it's 87, 90, 93, 92, 90.
Sheesh. Gonna love it. And we played there.
We were there last summer around this time, so it's like
right there.
being able to kind of experience the same conditions, like
Same exact holes,
it makes
right?
it really cool.
I played
Yeah.
Pinehurst number 2.
We ate pizza on the third fairway.
Oh, Pinehurst number 2.
Yes.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I did chip onto Riggs's practice green. That was pretty much on Pinehurst number 2.
I
Wow.
walked on the fairway.
What?
You trespassed?
Did you hit a shot?
I didn't.
Oh, damn.
But like if I did,
Where it would have been
rolled off,
borderline.
yeah.
It would have been borderline. Yeah. Okay.
my cool throne, I deleted my note. I can't find it, so it's Max.
So you never had one.
I did. No, I did. I did.
There's
walk
no
in.
chance
I
you had
did.
one.
I did. I'll remember it later.
Your spider ate your note?
Max looks like the guy from Counting Crows, who apparently dated Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, Adam Duritz.
Did you guys see this picture?
No, but I know what he looks like. That dude has dated so many people.
Yeah. So cool throne Max.
That dude is an all-time boyfriend.
I mean, look at him.
Who?
I just sent the picture.
Okay. Well,
This is a
look at-
podcast.
This is a podcast. You need
We can put it on the
people-
YouTube show. We can put it on the YouTube
Okay.
And Rumble.
Yeah.
and Rumble.
Jake's a big
Yeah,
Rumble
I know
guy.
what Adam Duritz looks like. You think he looks like Max?
That picture you don't think looks like Max?
Not at all. Not even close.
I think it's just the beard.
Not even close.
If you go through,
I'm sorry. He doesn't.
but
he doesn't.
If you go through his list of former girlfriends, it's incredible.
Yeah.
This guy.
If you,
He dated Jennifer Aniston. I think he dated Courtney Cox.
I mean,
From
dude, you
Friends. He dated Christina Applegate.
long December. You put that on. Chicks
Oh.
are gonna want to hang out. What?
It was.
Oh, you have the real one,
Yeah.
so we don't have to do the one that doesn't look like Max. You're trying to.
He does look like Max.
You're
Mary-
gaslighting us, Max. That does not look like you.
I like to sing Counting Crow songs.
Okay, fine. Then it looks like you. Okay.
Um.
Counting Cronuts. Some people are saying.
Yeah.
The Roaring Kitty stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain it to Hank.
All right. So Roaring Kitty, he's a guy from the internet.
I know that part.
Okay. Well, that's all I got.
He's a guy from the internet who the meme stocks, the GameStop. He basically, so he manipulated the stock market, which is a joke because that's what everyone does. So essentially, the big corporate stock market guys who've been making money all these years were like, "This is illegal. What he's doing. He's artificially pumping up GameStop. He shouldn't be allowed to do this." Everyone was basically like, "You're telling on yourself because that is what you guys do constantly, and you make money hand over fist for this." And then he came back, so he was gone for 3 or 4 years, and then he came back, and all he did was tweet one picture, and GameStop went skyrocketed again. I think he's made, if he sold any of his positions, he would have made like $700 million
Apparently, what happened was
Off
he,
of how
he
much
recently
investment?
just
off like nothing.
he recently just put like hundreds of millions of dollars into GameStop,
Yeah.
like himself. So he is like a big investor in GameStop at the moment. And then he did a live stream last week.
Yep.
And the stock popped at first, and then it went back down. So he might have briefly become a billionaire, and then I think he lost a lot of that money.
Yeah, but the normies of the world are saying that it's illegal what he's doing and unfair what he's doing, but he's doing nothing different than what everyone does, including our politicians and anyone who's essentially has insider information and rigs the stock market.
Yeah, he didn't have insider information.
Yeah.
He had, I guess the insider information that he had was understanding the internet
Yeah,
and understanding that if he put his case out there repeatedly, people would sympathize with GameStop,
Right.
go against the people that were shorting the stock.
right.
And then everybody could make money until it reached an unsustainable peak, and then it takes a nosedive, and then if you don't get out, then you lose your money. So it is risky what people are doing, but
Yeah, no,
he's made a lot of
Also,
money.
all the way back down.
And Hank, when they do the other part that was bullshit, whenever he would do the picture or it would start popping, they would pause trading and essentially say it's irregularities, like we can pause trading. So it's all rigged. This was what was the app that people were using to trade on? Robinhood. This is the Robinhood controversy because Robinhood stopped people from being able to trade GameStop. So Robinhood was part of the institutions essentially saying you can't rig it like they're rigging it, even though it's always been rigged.
I just had a really dumb thought. I almost said a second ago, you know what would rock if they made a stock market but for sports teams, and like whether or not you thought a sports team would win a game or win a championship. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
It would be very cool. Think about it.
On it.
Think about it. Yeah. What's the future? You mean like a long option?
Yeah, long option.
Yeah, you put a long option on it. Yeah.
I think we did I'm going to say 6.2 out of 10 explanation of Roaring Kitty.
Yeah, pretty much hit it.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of people who say you missed this or you're wrong about this, but I think we did a pretty good job of surface level. We kind of nailed it.
He also likes beer. He likes drinking beers.
He kind of looks like PFT too.
Yeah, I got tagged. I got tagged a lot in that. I was thinking about maybe getting into some stock market shit, some stonks, getting heavy into doing some.
Let's get back into Top Shot.
No.
Are those horses?
NBA Top Shot.
No.
I'm still in. I'm still highly leveraged.
I have an NFT, I think.
I bought a Marcus Smart Top Shot that's probably worth $2 that I paid like $200 for.
I was given a I was given a NFT that I don't even know how to get.
Yeah, we thought about getting into racehorses, the NFT racehorses.
Did Billy make NFTs for us?
Oh yeah,
he made some money off
not
it.
for us.
Yeah, he made some money.
He just like drew elephants and said this is an NFT.
It was a mammoth, but yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm also looking at more of Adam Duritz's greatest hits here. Dated Lara Flynn Boyle as well. Winona Ryder. This dude,
Whoa.
This dude's awesome.
How did you say that?
Isn't it Winona?
Yeah.
Winona.
It's Winona.
No,
Is
it's
it?
not.
It's Winona Ryder.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard that.
It's definitely Winona Ryder.
It's Winona?
Winona Ryder, yeah.
No, it's Winona Ryder.
No, it's
gotta
not.
be Winona.
It's Winona Ryder.
She's the mom in Stranger Things.
I know.
Never
I know
heard
exactly
Winona Ryder.
Why you've never heard somebody say Winona Ryder?
I don't think so. That's the first time for me.
Winona
Ryder.
She'll always be Winona to me.
Who told you Winona Ryder?
I've always called her Winona.
That's crazy. Yeah. That stopped Hank in his tracks.
Anyways, Adam Duritz, great work.
Yeah.
We have it. I'm sending it to Max.
What?
The official pronunciation from herself.
Yeah, it's Winona Ryder. From herself?
Yeah, there's a video of her.
Okay, let's hear.
Oh, we have breaking news.
McCaffrey is the Madden cover athlete.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, sure.
That makes sense. Max, you want me to clean the deli slicer? Look at Jacob, always on top of it.
All right, moment of truth.
This is taking forever.
Winona Ryder. How to pronounce Winona Ryder?
I mean, Winona Ryder.
Wait, so that didn't...
Yeah, that was it.
That wasn't
yeah.
her. She was
That wasn't her.
She was laughing at how he pronounced her name. She probably thought
But that was no
funny.
different than what we've been saying, yeah.
Yeah, but she was like laughing at him, like that's not it at all.
No, it's Winona.
You guys are kind of simps for
you
calling her
told
by
us
her preferred
you told us
pronunciation.
that she said
Well, I
how to
didn't-
pronounce it.
I hadn't watched the video yet, and she was standing there.
A real man pronounces a woman's name however he sees fit.
Winona. Yeah, I've never heard that. All right, what was your cool throne? Or was that your cool throne? Would I know? Wait, who's cool throne?
That was Hank.
Hank. All right. Good job, Hank.
Good job, Hank. My hot seat is Buster Only.
Yes, mine too.
He got his account hacked yesterday. Well, we don't know if it was hacked. Some people are saying it was hacked. I choose to believe that these were all actually Buster Only tweets. He tweeted, "The season is canceled due to COVID." He tweeted out, "Shohei Ohtani has been banned for life from the MLB in connection to charges with gambling. His trial is on August 28th. It is speculated he could get life in prison."
Yep.
He tweeted a couple fake trades. The New York Mets are finalizing a deal that will send Francisco Lindor to the Oakland Athletics, sources tell ESPN.
That one was funny because I was at my son's T-ball, and the dad sitting next to me literally said, Lindor to the A's, crazy.
It would be wild.
It would. I was like, really? And then I looked and saw that it was Buster Olney just tweeting all over the place.
He also said, I hate Mets.
Yeah.
And this is a good use of a hacker's time. If you're going to hack a prominent account like that, at least fuck with people.
Yeah.
Don't just do out like the PlayStation 5 tweet or any obvious scam.
Yeah.
Like giving away autographed iPads.
Yeah, I wish the hacker hadn't done any of the hack tweets first, just started ripping off news.
Yeah.
Fake news.
Yeah, but this is good. I like this hacker. I don't know who he is or she. Well,
Yeah.
definitely he.
Yeah.
But good job for this guy.
Yeah, definitely he, because he said, okay, if I get an unlimited prison sentence, who will come and bring panties?
Yeah. Well, could be she.
Could be she. Yeah. This was, I swear to you, I don't even know who I hacked. Who is this Buster?
Yeah. It's good stuff. I thought for a second when he started doing the fake trades, I thought he might be specifically fucking with his own fantasy league.
Yeah.
Like knowing that some of the guys on his team might trade him Francisco Lindor.
Yeah. How mad do you think? I mean, just imagining Buster Olney sitting in his house having this happen and just feeling as helpless as possible.
Yeah.
Is a very funny visual.
It's very funny. And I know he doesn't have his account back yet, but he has been able to delete some of the tweets, or they've been deleted by somebody.
Okay.
But I hope this keeps happening to reporters.
Yeah.
Oh, Peter King got hacked last week.
Yeah, he did.
Too. Peter King got hacked big time.
They put out a crypto King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Everyone's getting hacked.
$ King.
Yeah. Okay, your cool throne.
Then my cool throne, I've got two. One is Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson is currently in the mix for the starting job.
What?
In Denver, which is crazy because Sean Payton, he compared Bo Nix to Peyton Manning and Drew Brees. So imagine how good Zach Wilson has to be competing to start over a combination of Peyton Manning and Drew Brees.
Yeah.
So think about it. Yeah, I don't know how much we can trust reports coming out right now, but I guess it's the saddest open competition of all time.
I feel like Zach Wilson, when he got traded, basically every year, every coach says, "Hey, you know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to put out that there's an open competition."
Mm-hmm.
That's the nicest thing I can do for you. And then he won't get it, but there was a competition.
There has been competing going on.
Yeah.
Would it be funny? I think it'd be very funny if Zach Wilson was very good for the Broncos. Like, what if he just went out there and lit shit up?
What if he was better than Patrick Mahomes in Patrick Mahomes' own division?
Yeah.
That would be very funny.
It'd be very funny.
That would be a very funny wrinkle.
Memes, don't say anything at all if you think that'd also be funny.
Okay, perfect.
Confirmed from Memes.
Perfect.
My other cool throne is Big Dom.
Yes.
Big Dom got a promotion.
Yes.
His old title, Senior Advisor to the General Manager, Chief Security Officer. New title, Senior Advisor to the General Manager / Chief Security Officer / Game Day Coaching Operations. So I hope he got a pay raise.
He's basically a coach now.
It sounds like he just does everything for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Build the entire team out of Big Dom.
I think this was something so that he could be on the sidelines during games.
Oh, loophole.
Yes.
So he was not allowed to be there
Why
before?
not? Yeah, and also why not just make him a nose tackle?
True. I would love that.
Could have been on the sidelines a long time ago.
I also saw one tweet that said that, so I have no idea if that's actually true.
Oh, okay. One tweet
Yeah.
is enough
Yeah.
sourcing. I'm going to back you up.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. I'll read one tweet and be like, yep, that's the story, and I'm sticking to it.
Because he's been on the sidelines for years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. But I think that there may have been something about last year that he wasn't. I'm making this up. I don't know. I need to stop.
So if you give him a somewhat of a coaching title, then he's allowed to shove opposing players.
Right.
No, he's just allowed to be on the sideline. Again, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
This is all off one tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shout out Big Dom.
Yeah, shout out Big Dom. Huge promotion. Okay, my hot seat was also Buster Olney. I'll say hot seat wearing red to rodeos. I don't know if you guys saw the party bus.
Mm-hmm.
That bull rocks. Very funny that he jumped over and found the one woman wearing red and then just ragdolled her. She's okay, though. She's alive.
Yeah, I think both the people that got sent to the hospital are okay.
Yeah, so we can laugh about it.
But you got to root for the bull.
Oh, always.
Right?
Always.
You have to root for the bull.
I don't root for the bull as much in a rodeo because I don't think they don't hurt the bulls in a rodeo. Whereas in the bullfighting, I'm rooting for the bull every time.
Yeah,
that's a little different.
When the matadors are trying to kill it. I think in a rodeo, don't they like tie a string around the bull's nuts to piss it off?
Maybe. Sure.
They do
Did you read a tweet about it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, then yeah.
They do something to piss the bull off before it goes out and starts bucking around.
Yeah.
And this bull was just, everyone was like clapping for the bull as it's running around the ring, like, oh, this is awesome. What a funny moment. Ha, 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 ha. And then the bull just goes full bull and just jumps right
Party
over
bus.
that fence. Yeah, Party Bus he's a legend.
He when he gets back to his boys, he's like, you'll never guess what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I just fucked everyone up.
Is that running of the bulls? Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
Pamplona, yeah.
Yeah, I root for the Bulls
crazy.
there too.
People just voluntarily running in the wild with them?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Ryan brothers did it one
Couldn't be
time.
me.
Yeah. What? You want to do it?
Mount Rushmore punishment?
Oh, Grit Week? Grit Week Pamplona?
Mount Rushmore punishment. When is it? When is Pamplona?
It's mid-July.
No, we can't do that.
Shit.
Damn it. I was going to say yes, but timing doesn't work out. It's right in the middle.
Get
of
our
Mount
own.
Rushmore
We get our own Bulls.
Just have Alex Caruso come in. His
Yeah.
own teammates.
Chase us around.
Running of the bulls.
and then kill him afterwards.
Yeah.
Is that what they do?
Yeah. What, Jake? What?
That's crazy.
That's what bullfights are.
Yeah, bullfights.
I
They
didn't
kill
know
the
that.
Bulls.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You thought they just had a little run?
Well, actually,
Did
Jog
they go for
together?
a run and then they lasso him and bring him
No,
back?
I'm pretty sure those guys get killed.
They kill all the bulls in the running of the bulls. I know in bullfights, the goal is to kill the bull. Like the matador steps to the side and starts stabbing it with shit, and then the bull dies. But I don't know what happens at the actual running of the bull. They might take those bulls and then send them to bullfights.
All right, what happens during the run of the Bulls in Pamplona? This is from PETA, so I'm assuming it's not great. After provoking a few charges from the exhausted bull, he aims to kill him by stabbing him between the shoulder blades and through the heart with a sword. So I think they killed him. Yeah, I think they run him into the. I think they run him into the Coliseum, or whatever, and then they kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the aim of the matador is to always kill the bull, and his fight is only considered successful if it ends in the bull's death.
Wow, learn something new every day.
Yeah. My cool throne is Kevin Durant. He's back on Twitter. I just got a chuckle out of this. Some guy said, actually what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, the only way KD can redeem his legacy is if he returns to the Thunder and wins them their first ever championship, LeBron style. Then all his sins will be forgiven. We good, Kevin Durant? And Kevin Durant replied, you ain't God. Go get ready for work.
It's good.
Go get ready for work is a sick burn.
Yeah.
Because you know that guy is getting ready for work when he tweeted it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, yeah, go take a shower.
Or if he doesn't have a job, he's even down worse.
Yeah. Just a great, great burn. So Kevin Durant's back. And then the guy replied, Kawhi is better than you. You know you have him. That's a lame-ass reply. So good job for Kevin Durant. He's back. Or he's cool throne. Jake.
My hot seat's the Olympics. Apparently, Paris is pulling the plug on air conditioning in the Olympic Village for the athletes.
What?
In an effort to go green. But now some countries are bringing their own portable AC units.
Yeah, you don't fuck with a man's air conditioning.
Apparently, this is a thing. Like in Paris, they just don't rely on AC as much as us.
What if they reinstall the AC if Caitlin Clark attends?
That could work.
And then every athlete has to talk about how grateful they are for Caitlin Clark attending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my cool throne is Mercedes Lewis. This guy's still hanging around. He re-signed with the Bears.
Yeah.
And the fact he's been in the league since I was in middle school.
Yeah,
That's insane.
He's still doing it.
As a tight end, like a physical position.
It is crazy that a guy like him, because it feels like he has a 12th man on the bench in NBA career going right now, where it's like, yeah, he's just going to keep showing up. But he loves being around the boys.
Yeah, you bring him in, have a mentor, just hang out, good locker room guy.
He needs 4 more games to play the most as a tight end in NFL history.
So that's probably why he's playing.
Retire after week 4?
Yeah.
Mercedes Lewis played in college for UCLA in 2005. Colorado was definitely not in the Pac-12. Utah wasn't in the Pac-12.
So when was his first year?
And now the Pac-12's gone.
In the NFL?
2006.
2000. Holy shit.
Yeah.
2006.
This is insane.
Yeah, it's insane. Congrats to him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get to our interviews. Okay, before we get to caddy and comedian Michael Collins, a quick word from our friends at Viator. Introducing Viator as a solution to ensure you plan the perfect trip and travel experience. Viator is a tool you can use to plan and book travel experiences around the world. The Viator app and website makes it easy to explore 300,000 plus travel experiences so you can discover what's out there no matter where you're traveling or what you're interested in. Viator can help you plan better travel experiences. 300,000 plus travel experiences to choose from means you can plan something that everyone you're traveling with will enjoy. Enjoy real traveler reviews to get insider information from people who've already been on the experiences you're considering. Free cancellation helps you plan for the unexpected. Plus, Viator offers 24/7 customer service, so now you'll get support at any hour if things aren't going as planned. Download the Viator app now. Use code Viator10 for 10% off your first booking in the app. Find the perfect travel experience for you. Do more with Viator. That's Viator 10, the number 10 for 10% off your first booking in the app. Find the perfect travel experience for you. Do more with Viator. Okay, here he is, caddy Michael Collins. Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest. You can find him on ESPN. He is America's caddy. That is what he's joined the Zoom with. It is Michael Collins, golf expert, America's caddy, comedian. Michael, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We want to do a little U.S. Open talk with you. But before we do that, let's just you just said you golfed yesterday on a former U.S. Open course. How did you golf, and how is the game right now?
The game was fantastic. I played the BMW Charity Pro-Am for the Korn Ferry Tour last week, and then went up and played in the Eagles for Autism event that was at Marion. And the game was great at the BMW, and the game was not quite as great at Marion because they could hold a U.S. Open on that course this weekend as well. As good as that golf course condition-wise is in, those greens were running like a 13 to a 14 on the stimp meter right now. So it was like imagine trying to hit a putt in your bathtub and make it stop before it gets to the drain. That's how the greens were running.
Jesus.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds pretty intense. Are you still a caddy? Are you America's golfer now? Because it seems like you're playing a lot, but I don't see you on many bags.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how that worked out. Like I put the jumpsuit on and don't really get to carry bags as much as I used to before. I'll do a fill-in if need be. I don't know that I'll go back to caddying full time again on tour as I did for a long time. But I kind of like the gigs that I got right now, which is good and fun. It's not quite as volatile as being a caddy. People thought like, oh, cool, man, you're a caddy, so you got guaranteed this and guaranteed. Nah, man, it don't work like that. Like, I got fired on a Thursday after the first round. There's no contracts. There's no guarantees for caddies out there. And you got to pay all your own expenses, airfare, hotel, rental car, food, all of that stuff. So, if you got a guy who's missing 4 or 5 cuts in a row and you got a family at home and bills to pay, it can get a little scary.
Wait, why'd you get fired on a Thursday afternoon after a first round? What happened?
I was working for a dude. Me and him almost got in a fight on the golf course. I literally put the bag down and was like, "You want to go?" Well, I was caddying. So let's just say, of all the people that I caddy for, we're friends now. But at the time, what seemed like a good connection ended horrifically. So I caddied for Daniel Chopra for like 3 months, maybe. And at one point, we were just not getting along so bad. I put the bag down in the middle of the tournament. Was like, "Do you want to go right here in front of everybody?" Like, I got to embarrass you in front of all these people.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so then when it got to its worst point ever, we were in Chicago and he shot 6 over, and then was in the locker room and sent his wife Samantha out because he didn't want to do it face to face.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Maybe he was scared, and she was like, "We're gonna make a change," and I was like, "Yeah, it's probably a good idea."
Yeah, it's probably not working out. Yeah,
you do
probably a good idea.
You've got a very interesting career path too. I was reading up about you and how you got into golf in the first place, and how you kind of just networked your way and ended up finding a career in media that you didn't really plan out for at all. But one of the craziest parts that I read about was when you started caddying. you didn't really know what you were doing. You were just kind of like, you were a good hang for people, right? Which I feel like that's not a bad place to be for a caddy. If you're looking to like switch up the vibes a little bit, get somebody who's funny that you like out there that can bust your balls a little. But when you first stepped onto the golf course as a caddy, you did not know how to rake a bunker properly.
Nothing.
And that made me realize I don't know how to rake a bunker properly.
No idea.
So
You know how many people feel that way? It was Robert Gomez. I was still doing stand-up comedy full time, and Robert Gomez called me up and was like, "What are you doing next week? What are you talking about?" He goes, "Man, I'm playing like shit. I'm not having fun on the golf course. I need you to come caddy for me just so I can remember to have fun again on the golf course." And I was like, "All right, cool." And we get to play. It was in Louisiana it was like Nike tour back in the day. It's Corn Ferry Tour now. But we get there and the course was underwater. No practice rounds, no pro-am. They let us drive a cart around the course on Wednesday and said, "You're not allowed to hit a shot." So I literally got the bib on Thursday and it's for real. And he comes over and takes the head cover off the driver on this par 5. And he looks at me and I go, "Hey, don't hit it in the bunker because I don't know how to rake like these pros, okay?" And he gives me this weird look. I'm like, "I don't make no sense," and hits it dead in the bunker. And I was like, he comes over and slams the club, and I just told you not to hit it in there, dude. And he goes, "You can't say that, man. That's all I'm going to focus. Now you tell me what to say." And we start laughing. And when we get down there, I was like, "What are you going to do?" And he goes, "I'm going to hit a 3-wood in the front greenside bunker because it's a par 5. I'm going to get up and down for par." And I was like, "Bitch, I just told you I can't rake. You're hitting it in 2 bunkers on the first hole." And I was like, "If you hit it in that front bunker, I'm going to call immigration and tell them you're illegal. I'm going to get you kicked out." And so he laughs and jumps down and he's posing, called his shot right in the front bunker. And he looks at me. I put the bet, "Yo, this dude's not even supposed to be in this country." And he starts laughing. It's like, "Get your ass down in that bunker and start raking, boy." And then we realized, yo, there's 2 other dudes playing with us, and both them and their caddies are like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah.
Right? This is the first hole. And we're laughing and stuff like that. And after that, other guys were like, "Hey, man, give me your phone number when you got a week off from comedy. Call me." But I have to admit, even when I started playing golf, I've always been good at reading greens. And I think that was like one of those secret things that also helped me stay being a caddy and employed for so long. Because I, for some reason, have always been good at reading greens.
So wait, how do you rake a bunker though? Because I don't know.
So at a greenside bunker, what you want to try to do is make the rake marks go towards where the green is. So you don't want to rake parallel to the green. So let's say the green is my head. You don't want the rake lines like this. You want them like this.
Okay.
And the reason why is when you do that, when you rake this way and the ball lands here, so now there isn't sand in between the ball and your club. So it gives it a cleaner lie.
But wait, you're just helping the people that play behind you.
Yes.
You're
that's
paying
right.
it forward.
Yes.
What if there was just a real asshole
hey,
of a
guys
caddy?
Get fined. Yeah, well, then the PGA Tour finds out who it was, and that dude gets a pink slip with a little fine in his locker because the player's responsible for that.
Wow.
And
That's
we take
crazy.
pride as caddies too. Like there's nothing cooler if there's a big crowd and your boy hits it in a bunker and hits it out there to tap in for the par, and you rake the hell out that bunker, then you're getting out the bunker. Somebody's always like, "Hey man, will you vacuum my house and make the lines look that good? Come mow my grass." You'd be like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah. So what's you mentioned the greens, or being able to read a putt. What this U.S. Open, we've seen what it looks like. It's the turtle shell. It looks like it's impossible. It's baked out. What are these guys going to have to deal with this week at Pinehurst?
So it's 2 things, and I caddied this event before they made the changes, and then I covered the event when, if you remember, the last time we were here, they played both the men's and women's in back-to-back weeks. And I played Monday after Michelle Wee won. So that was Martin Keimer won the men's. Michelle Wee won her only major then the next week. And so 2 things they're really going to have to deal with here. One is off the tee. This is because they let it go back to all natural. It's not a lot of big rough off of the tee. But what it is native areas. And what that means is like sometimes you got a perfect lie. Like it rolls through all this crap and then just sits there and sits up. And other times like there's like this gorse grass stuff that it'll sit behind, and you're screwed, absolutely screwed. And so that's going to be one of the things you got to deal with off the tee if you're not in the fairway. Then, as you said, those turtle-shaped greens, almost every green has a little fall off. So similar to an Open Championship, you kind of want to play to the front number, especially if the weather, like what they're looking at right now, perfect weather and a firm golf course. You can't fly the ball to the flag. You have to land it short and then let it hop up.
Mm-hmm.
And when the greens are real firm, like what you don't see is one of the things we love as amateurs, because we can't do it, is when you see those dudes hit those wedges and 9-irons and they hit and spin back. Boy, I love seeing that. You're not going to be able to do that on these.
Yeah.
They're going to take 2 hops and just stop or even roll out just a little bit. They'll trickle forward like they do at a lot of the Open Championship.
Oh, wow.
So whose game does this favor in these conditions?
There's no course that doesn't favor Scotty Scheffler.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Right? That dude, I mean, you name the type of golf course, as the ball striker that he is, he has the ability to he figures it out and then kind of bores the hell out of everyone to death, right? So this is also a golf course that, big hitters can do well here, because the shorter the club that you have in your hand, especially if you're in the fairway, the more that you can control that spin and the better off that you're going to be able to attack. What the USGA is famous for is putting hole locations on these greens that dare you to hit at them.
Yeah.
The one thing about what the USGA and what the US Open is, sometimes a 15-footer is a great shot. But what the USGA gives you those pins where you're just like, I think I can get to this. This is where caddies earn their money.
Yeah.
When a guy like this fits my shot shape, I'll be able to work this right to that hole. And the caddy got to be like, nah, let's work it kind of to the middle of this green. And if it accidentally feeds there, cool.
Yeah.
Because you can hit a good shot and get penalized, and you can hit a crappy shot and just barely be okay.
So what, as a caddy, what's the one thing that people don't understand about the job of a caddy? Because as far as I understand, it's always, I'm watching, the caddy's there to help, but eventually it's up to the player to make the shot and decide what they want to do. But what's the hard part of being a caddy that people kind of don't really see day to day?
It's that psychologist that you are on the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the stuff that they don't show on TV. The old saying back in the day was just the 3 ups. Show up, stand up, shut up. That was it. You know what I mean? Caddies were a bunch of vagabonds and stuff. There were dudes who'd be passed out in bushes and just stumble up there, and that was it. But it's the money that's out on the PGA Tour right now. There's no such thing as that anymore, right? So it's the relationship between the player and the caddy, the player and the caddy, because you're with a guy for 7 hours, 8 hours for the day, not just on the golf course. And so what are you talking about in between shots? And as a caddy, you got to know, like, does my guy have his A game today? And if he has his B game, he knows he has his B game. I know he has his B game, but we got to figure out a way to get the best out of that B game. So some cases he'll want to hit one club, and can I talk him in to a different club at the right moment? I mean, I would wake up 4 hours before our tee time just for wind forecasts to try it. If we had an afternoon tee time, I was on the course early watching other guys hit shots on holes that I know were going to be pivotal for my guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that part of the game, people don't understand. They think it's just, you just walk, carry the bag, and keep the clubs clean. And it's not like that at all. And sometimes the hardest part of caddying is wanting to say something to a dude and knowing when not to say something. Where other caddies or people would jump in there and be like, hey, man, it's going to be okay. Don't worry. We're going to get through this. And then the dude looks at you like, I'll freaking kill you, man.
Right.
You're like, shut up. And sometimes it's like just looking at a dude and not saying nothing. Like, you know what? You're pissed off? Good. Sitting that pissed off. Whatever.
Yeah.
You need a kick in the ass. I'm not saying nothing.
You're constantly tasked with reading the room and just trying to figure out what his vibes are and matching it, whether good or bad. That's very difficult.
Yes. And you're it's you and the player. That's it. That's the only one that's in there that really can give, that legally can give advice
Yep.
Right.
to a player in there. And it's the only sport like that. But for me, it was so much the opposite of doing stand-up comedy. So it was like, I get to be the vice president behind the curtain, the only one that got this dude's ear, and then they do the interview and you hear him be like, oh, that was a great shot you hit on the par 3. Yeah, 7-iron was the right club there. And I get to stand over the side. I was like, yeah, you wanted to hit 8-iron.
Get the credit.
In the water. Yeah.
Are you a real
But
sicko?
players are so much different now than when I first started caddying. Like, you hear so much more we and team and stuff. You hear the best players in the world. That's what it's all about. Look what happened to Scotty Scheffler after he brought Ted Scott on the bag. It changed everything. And people are like, really? Did it make that much a difference? What did he shoot the day after he was in jail when Ted Scott wasn't on the bag?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, makes a difference. Are you a sicko like us, and you like when the USGA puts out the hole locations, and you just stare at the map of the holes that morning, and you're like, yeah, I can't wait. 13's got a great hole on it.
Let me put it this way. I might put the pin sheets out on social media when they let them out early.
Yeah.
And when I don't do it during majors, I hear from it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, people hit me up and like, yo, how come you're not putting them pin sheets out, man?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a sicko too. I got problems.
Yeah, I like that. What's the best piece of advice, and then maybe the worst advice that you've given as a caddy?
Ooh. Best piece of advice. I think the best piece of advice one time I gave was I was caddying for Omar Uresti, and he had been a little uptight, like going into a tournament in Vegas. And the first round, I could tell he was uptight, and it was a pro-am back in the day. And I said, give me the scorecard. He goes, why? And I go, I'm going to keep score today. Don't worry about it. You don't worry about keeping score. Just entertain this dude, whoever's with us, and play. And then at the end of the round, he was like, what did we shoot? And I was like, that's right. That's right. And we ended up shooting 7 under that day. And when I told him, he was like, what? He didn't even realize that we shot 7 under.
Wow.
And the worst advice I ever gave was caddying for John E. Morgan. It still bothers me to this day. We were in a Monday qualifier to get into Miami and play Doral. And I had a bad read on our second to last hole. And he didn't necessarily see the same thing that I saw. And so, but he went with my read and it was wrong. And it to this day bothers me because I feel like it cost us a chance to get into that tournament. And if we would have got in, we would have done some damage together on the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
Damn.
Or we would have both got arrested and ended up like in jail, and it would have ended horribly, but who knows?
That's still fun though. Yeah. Would you think it'd be hard to be John Daly's caddy? Because he's driving around in the car. He gets the use of the cart. You have to carry the bag and walk. Plus,
no, you ain't got to carry the bag though. If when you're on the PGA Tour Champions, here's the cool thing about being on PGA Tour Champions: you can put the bag on the back of the cart.
Oh, that's
I'll
nice.
walk. I ain't got to carry
nice.
the bag. Yeah, you ride with the bag all day. I don't care. I'll get the yardage for you all day. Tell you what club to pull off the back. Yeah.
That's huge.
But basically, if you're caddying for John Daly, you're just like giving him, instead of shot selection and club selection, like cigarette selection. Like, let's go with this feels like a Marlboro Red.
Yeah.
Right here.
That and be like, hey man, finish this Diet Coke because I'm not putting it back in the bag, bro.
Yeah.
For you.
The Diet
Right
Cokes
there.
get heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've known John forever. He is a really good friend of mine. I love that dude to death. And I can happily say that I've driven him back to his bus on a few late afternoons and late evenings because I didn't want him to have to drive.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. We've had some good times together, man. He's good people. But that's the one thing I always love to tell people about John Daly too, that like not only is he a great dude to be around, like when he's a good friend of yours, like if the shit hits the fan, he coming. And if you want to know who your real friends are, it ain't about when it's perfect, right? It ain't about the sunny days and hanging out and having good times. But it's like, if it hits the fan, you want to find out who your friends are, who coming when it hits the fan?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's one of those dudes. He's coming.
Yeah. All right. So in terms of this U.S. Open, is there anyone besides Scotty Scheffler that you've looked at and you're like, hey, this guy is playing really well, or this matches up well with Pinehurst, just because I agree with you. No one can really touch Scotty right now, but if you're trying to find other options, there's got to be a couple guys out there because it feels like, peak Tiger Woods, where when Tiger was, even money against the field or minus 120.
Up gambling for everybody.
Yeah.
It's like now it's all prop bets.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
All you got is prop bets now because Scotty Scheffler messes it up for everybody.
Yeah.
It's tough too, especially with the guys coming from Live that we haven't seen a whole lot. You wonder like how much a guy like John Rahm, like this is one of those show me opportunities for John Rahm, I think. I mean, this is one of those golf courses that there's never a wrong time to hit it long and straight, right? And so Colin Morikawa is someone whose game is trending in a really good direction. I thought he might have a little drop-off, him and Xander, especially after the PGA Championship.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like he's dropped off a lot. And look, you guys know, like, golf is cyclical. Everything is waves, except for Scotty Scheffler. It seems like right now, right? But it seems like when really top golfers start playing well, they play well for a while. 3 to 6 months. It's like, oh, it's on like Donkey Kong. This dude's never going to miss. And then after like 3 or 6 months, they start missing all the time. And you're like, damn, that dude just fell off. And then it's the next guy. And I feel like kind of Colin Morikawa is riding a wave right now where this is a spot that might set up pretty good for him. His putter scares me a little bit, And that's where Scotty just, because his ball striking is so good, he doesn't have to be a great putter.
Yeah.
But it's funny with Scotty, like when it's really on the line and he has that 12-footer to save par, must make to keep that 2-shot bang, dead center, perfect speed. And he's got that little fist, the little Scotty fist pump. We call it vanilla bitch fist pump. Like, I don't want to be showing too hard.
I want to show up my competition here.
You know what I mean?
I'll just
Like,
beat them every week.
Yeah.
I don't want to be, you know what I mean? I don't, as a Christian, pride is one of the 7 deadly sins. So I don't want to be showing off too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's his game, like, is hardcore like that. So I don't know, man.
What about the mentality of going into an event like the U.S. Open where you know that they are specifically making the course difficult to the point where it could be guys -1 to win it or +1 to win it? Is that like the psychology of going into a tournament like that where the course is going to be so much harder than everything else? How does that work for the player?
That's where the caddies earn their money then too.
Yeah.
Because as many times, listen, and you guys been around enough athletes to understand this too. They're going to tell you in the beginning, no, man, it's cool. It's laid back. I'm going to be chill. Like, we're just playing ping pong. I don't even care if I win. And as soon as the game starts, that's out the window. You can kiss my ass. It's on now. Hey! I thought we was going to be chill. And that's, if you're a really good caddy, you're reminding your guy that all the time. At the U.S. Open, bogeys won't kill us. And the other thing you're telling your dude is, hey, everybody else is effing up too, bruh.
Yeah.
Relax. Take it easy. We ain't the only ones. Because that's what happens. Golfers, they get in their own bubble so hard sometimes and so deep that they're like, I'm the only guy out here screwing this up. This is bullcrap. And then as a caddy, you got to be like, come here. Look at the scoreboard. You see our name is still up there? You know why our name's still up there? Because we ain't the only one effing up. Relax. We got this. Let's play the next hole.
So who are the best caddies in the game right now? Do you have like a top 5?
No. Because here's the thing. Here's why it's hard to do that. We jokingly made I had a joke with one of the caddies because every time I'd see him, I was like, hey, man, you still in the top 50 of caddies? He was like, nah, this week I fell out, right? When you're a caddy on the PGA Tour, what makes you a great caddy is being able to give the player you're caddying for what that player needs. Now, if, let's say, Xander Schauffele's caddy went to caddy for someone else, which he's not going to do that, right? Because they're good friends too. But he can't caddy the same for Xander that he's caddying for somebody else. Like, Ted Scott is not doing the same stuff for Scotty that he did for Bubba Watson, because they don't need the same things. So, like, who are some of the best caddies out there? So, I mean, you look at, like, Bones, right? When he was caddying for Justin Thomas, he wasn't doing the same stuff for Justin Thomas that he did for Phil Mickelson. Would Phil Mickelson have been the golfer that he was without Bones? I'm going to say hell no. No, there's no way. But does that make Bones, like, one of the best caddies out on tour? You know, even though he's not working right now? I don't know, because every caddy has to give something different depending on what that player needs.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's, if you want to see what great caddies are, it's like in the moment, did this guy say exactly what his player needed him to say? Like, you look at a guy like Michael Greller and Jordan Spieth. Would Jordan be the player that he is without Michael Greller being the caddy that he was for Jordan? I would venture to say absolutely not. It's why they have stayed together for so long. So it's like, there are all the caddies on the PGA Tour. The reason that they're out there is because of how good they are in the moments that they're needed most.
Yeah.
And they mess up just like players do. One of the greatest lines, Mark Wilson won the Honda one year after his caddy accidentally got him a 2-stroke penalty. And his caddy was so shook up. I mean, Chris Jones, his caddy nickname is Crispy. And Crispy, after the round, was just inconsolable. And Mark then, during the round, looked at him and said, "Hey, man, I'm going to mess up a lot more than you. It's okay. We're going to get through this." And that was on a Thursday, and they won that tournament that week. And it was one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah, that is very cool. It has been awesome, Michael. I have a couple last questions. One of the last questions is a Roback question. RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, great golf attire. I was wearing the Roback polo yesterday when we were out. Roback.com, promo code TAKE. Does Tiger Woods have any chance of finishing top 20?
This might be the U.S. Open course that he does. Are you saying that to me? Like, are you saying there's a chance?
Yeah.
Then okay,
we want him to be in the mix.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're saying it in that sense, is there a chance? Yes, because this is probably, of all the U.S. Open venues, this might be the easiest of the walks.
Okay.
And that's what it takes for Tiger now. That's part of the issue. It ain't the course, it's the walks.
Yeah.
And the stances. So when he misses a fairway at Pinehurst, like, he's going to be in native area, but he's not going to have some jacked up stance like he would have at the PGA Championship, like he did at the Masters. Like, that's the problem. Now, it's also a sand-based course, so if they get really bad weather and the course gets soft, then of course it's going to be an issue. But this week too, the temperature looks like it's going to be hot.
Mm-hmm.
Great for Tiger Woods and his back.
Yeah.
All right.
So if he keeps it in play, like fairways and greens, yeah, he can hit the shots.
Okay.
So Tiger Woods could win the U.S. Open.
No, take it easy, bro. Relax. I didn't say that. Now there you go.
But maybe.
Now you're being media. Now
But
you're
maybe.
like, see?
Wow.
No, don't do that.
That's
Don't do
shocking
that,
you come on and say that.
That's a bold claim. This is good for the headline. Yeah.
Damn.
Michael Collins
Yeah.
says Tiger Woods can win the U.S. Open this year. No, I didn't. That ain't what I said, man.
Damn.
What about Max Homa? Can Max Homa win the U.S. Open?
This year.
Great caddy. Joe's a great caddy.
Joe's a great
man,
caddy.
Griner, man. Joe Griner. Another one. That's the thing. Like, so him and Max are such an amazing team together. You know what? Yeah. I know a lot of people thought like LA was the spot for him and stuff, but winning a home game in golf is impossible.
Yeah.
It's just too much. Like, that kind of internal pressure that you put on yourself with all the people that you know are there for you. But somewhere like Pinehurst, and there ain't that many cousins and nephews coming out from California, be like, hey, you want to walk around 20 miles past Children of the Corn in the middle of nowhere? Be like, nah, we good. We'll stay here in LA. So if Max's putter is good, that's what it'll be for him this week.
Yeah. Okay, last question. Who do you have to win? Not named Scotty Scheffler. Do you have a pick? You
No.
can't do Scotty. So you're saying Scotty. It's just Scotty.
Come on, man. Listen, when back in the day when it was like that too with Tiger, and you would be like, Tiger or the field. How many people were like, oh, it's the field?
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, it's how I don't know how you pick against Scotty. And the other thing about this year now, because of what happened at the PGA, what are we going to say if Scotty wins the Masters, the U.S. Open, and the Open Championship?
I know.
And the reason that he didn't win the PGA was because of what happened on Friday.
Well,
right?
the officer's pants got destroyed. I don't know if you saw the picture. It was
his
it was
pants
an
are
ugly
around his
scene.
ankles, all right.
Yeah.
His pants, the whole Louisville Police Department's pants are around their ankles.
Yeah, that's the playbook. How to beat Scotty Scheffler. Just get him arrested.
Yeah.
What's Mayberry RFD? Hit him up before the round.
Yeah.
That's going to be what happens. Like going into the Open Championship, somebody's going to make a call to TSA over there and be like, yo, this dude's bringing in paraphernalia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Get him. Get him.
He went hunting before. You know what that means. You might not want to let him in. Search him good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Texas, has a gun maybe. Check him out.
Do a double check. All right, well, Michael, this has been awesome, man. We really appreciate it. You do great stuff, and we're excited to watch some golf this weekend.
Hey, I'm really excited. Thanks you guys for having me on, man. I've been wanting to be on y'all's show for a while, dude. So this means a lot for me to be able to come on and hang out with you guys. So anytime, bro. Anytime.
We got to get you in person, play around with you.
Yeah, you could get us. You could get in our head. You could tell us psychology of the golf game.
Yeah, you could do everything. Actually, that'd be funny. You did everything wrong. Like you tried to fuck us up the most.
Yeah, it might make us good.
That is not a problem. That's not a problem. You can do that. You know you can do that on an interview Saturday, or even like when SiriusXM used to make me do pre-round interviews, and I was like, I'm not doing that. Because you asked the guy the wrong question, and you're in his head, and then the next time he sees you, he's like, I ain't talking to you ever again. So getting in golfers' heads is easy.
Yeah.
That ain't the problem.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right, well, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it, and we'll hopefully see you soon.
Absolutely.
Collins is brought to you by The League. Are you tired of working overtime in your dating life? Do you believe 3 quality matches are better than 100 bad ones? The League is the premium platform for motivated daters with like-minded standards and ambitions. Try the MVP of the dating apps and see for yourself why The League isn't like all the other options out there. Number 1, it's selective. All applicants are reviewed. They must be accepted, which means you'll be joining a community that's well-balanced, highly engaged. You have winning odds. With one of the highest match rates in the industry, not to mention the best male-to-female ratio, your odds of landing real dates with real people just get a whole lot better. There's no games, just goals. This isn't a playground for gold diggers or social climbers. The League is full of genuine people who have real-life ambitions, who are looking for meaningful connections. Download The League for free today. Take your dating game to the next level. Pro tip for PMT listeners, message hashtag PMT to your in-app concierge, and you can skip the wait list. Get your profile reviewed first. That's right. Download The League for free today and then message your in-app concierge with hashtag PMT. You can skip the wait list and get your profile reviewed first. Michael Collins was also brought to you by our great friends at Proper 12. Summertime, time for some cocktails. Here's a Proper pick, Proper 12 Irish Apple. A delicious blend of Proper's award-winning Irish whiskey with crisp, fresh notes of Irish apple. It's perfect neat or with a little ginger ale. There's no better springtime sip. Pour the roar with Proper 12. Pick up a bottle. Try it for yourself. Original rich and smooth Proper 12 Irish whiskey, or try crisp and fresh Irish apple, smooth to the core. And now here's Kevin Love.
Okay, we now welcome on very special guest, recurring guest. It is 16-year NBA pro Kevin Love. Kevin, let's start with that. 16 years. Is that weird to say out loud? Because you've done the gray hair. I'm graying as well. 16 years, that's a crazy amount of time. Is it weird to be like, holy shit, this has been 16 years?
It is. And I can remember, man, it was because Kobe came into the league at 17. I believe that his parents actually had to sign his contract at the time because, he wasn't legally obligated to do so. So I remember when he was 34, 35 years old, he looked at me and was like, hey, Love, I've been in the league half my life. And that always stuck with me. Like, he saw LeBron had just done that. you had seen in football that Tom Brady had done it. So that had always stuck with me. So when I hear that I've been in the league 16 years, I came in at 19, got drafted at 19 back in 2008. It's wild. Like going into year 17, I'm signed through that with the Heat. I can hope to continue to keep going, but that goal for me has always been to be able to say I've played half my life in the NBA.
That is crazy.
But I'm getting old. That gray hair is really, I mean, people, message me. There'll be guys that, on the other side now, which is funny coming in from people like Richard Jefferson, who doesn't have any hair, but he's like, man, those grays really come out on TV. It like really, really sticks out and ages you.
Yeah.
You should do like a little makeover this offseason. Just remind people like you're still young. Maybe go full bleach like Eminem.
Ooh.
Full bleach would be good, but I always thought remember there's like the touch of gray where like the guy that's young and hungry has like the full black jet hair, and then the older dude has the full gray hair, then they merge them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's something there that could be had. Maybe you guys can be in the right direction.
You can go Paulie Walnuts. Just get the wings on either side.
Yeah.
That would look strong.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very strong.
I'm going gray, and I do from time to time will touch it up. But I respect you for not. Like representation matters. So seeing you out there running around on the court with gray hair, it
appreciate
helps.
that.
Yeah. Someday I want to grow up and do that.
The few, the proud, no question.
Yeah, sweet. You're not going to retire, right? You're officially not going to retire.
I hope not. No, Bam Adebayo in our Boston series, our only series, had said something in the media about, Kevin said he doesn't have much time left and that he could be on his way out. So that kind of led to a lot of questions of me possibly retiring. But I'm till the wheels fall off, I'm going to make this thing go as long as I possibly can. So 16 heading into 17 for a kid from Lake Oswego, Oregon, not too bad.
Yeah, pretty good. What was it like being in year 16 in Miami? Because I think a lot of people think Miami, great time, kind of an easy lifestyle, but playing for the Heat, they do like weigh-ins and stuff, right? They have like a lot of structure around their program. Is that easy for you to translate into and to kind of fit in there as an older guy that's established yourself in the league?
It really did, and it was it was easy to fit in terms of it being very refreshing for somebody like me. Coach Spo grew up in Portland, Oregon. He's somebody that I've watched and admired from afar. Somebody that back in 2008 they had the second pick. I ended up being the fifth pick. That I was kind of hoping that there was a way I could play myself into that. It ended up being Michael Beasley, and then it was OJ Mayo, the third pick, fourth pick, Russ, and then myself. But I'd always looked at the Heat as a team that I potentially like to play for. They had just that ethos of and they talk about culture all the time, but just championship type mentality, attention to detail. Coming every game, trying to work no matter who's in, who's out. We're going to give ourselves an opportunity in preparation to win. So as far as like falling in love with the game again, there's been different stages in my career where I felt that has happened.
Mm-hmm.
When I first got to Miami last year, I really did feel that. I loved not only being in the city, being around the fans, having my family out there with me, but, playing for such a storied franchise that only has one thing on their mind, and that's to win games and to win championships. That was, just refreshing being around that every single day. And especially having that full year from training camp all the way on through the playoffs this year was definitely special.
Yeah, so you mentioned the one playoff series this year. Obviously, last year was you guys went deep all the way to the NBA Finals. But the Celtics, the battles that have happened, that team well. They're in the finals now. What is it about the Celtics that they do so well or different versus everyone else that has them on the cusp of winning an NBA title?
Well, they turned, and this is no disrespect to those two guys because they meant so much to them, but, Drew Holiday and Derek White, you had Marcus Smart and Robert Williams turn into those two guys. Porzingis.
Yeah.
And then you have Derek White and Drew Holiday as their X factors. Those two guys being your X factors, it's just they do everything right all the time. I mean, game 2 was unbelievable to watch Drew operate. Obviously, I'm a fan of his, being a UCLA guy, a guy that I played against, a lot in my career, and also growing up having watched him. Campbell Hall guy in Los Angeles. So to see him go 11 for 14 and have 26 and 11 in game 2 was it just shows you how deep that their team is. I think that Drew has continued to be overlooked, not just in this series, but throughout his entire career as well. Like, he could have been a perennial all-star, a guy that could have asked for more, but he's certainly gone throughout his career in the right way. And Derek White is somebody who just continues to impress. He lit us up in the first round. And, when other guys, weren't having great games, or they weren't shooting well, or Porzingis went out in our series, that, he was able to step up and play extremely well. But back to, Marcus Smart and Robert Williams becoming Drew and Porzingis, they just unlocked so much for them. When you have a guy that's 7'3" and that can stretch the floor and then can allow Brown and Tatum to operate how they want, it's just impossible to guard.
Yeah.
And they just throw so many different type of looks at you, and it's tough. It's why they've been the best team all year with the best record.
Yeah.
Well, you guys showed the roadmap of how to beat the Celtics. You just don't miss threes. Just hit every 3-point shot. Do you think that the Mavericks should try that?
They should probably try that. I mean, game 1, I think they were, what did they shoot? 6 for 26, and then maybe 7 for 27 in game 2. Maybe I have that flip flop, but they haven't been shooting the ball well from 3. I mean, everybody knows that this game 3 is going to be the series, but they're a team that they always talk about. Missoula talks about playing the math game. They're going to get their threes up. They're going to continue to put guys on the island, and then on defense, they're going to switch 1 through 5 and try to force you to not get those threes. They're going to try to funnel you towards the hoop, funnel you towards Horford, funnel you towards Porzingis. They're going to switch. They have a big lineup. It's tough to get a lot of shots off of them because they're crashing from the 3-point line, and you have to hope that you're going to get transition threes and easy transition shots against them, because they find so many ways to punish you on both sides of the ball. But if you don't generate enough threes and make enough threes, you won't beat them.
Yeah.
Do role players actually play better at home?
Yeah, I think, Jaden Hardy was the only one that really did anything for Dallas in game 1. I think he had 13 points. And in game 2, there wasn't really, much help from that side. But then it's funny, you talk about role players, 6-man, like you have Porzingis that comes out, hits his first few shots, ends up getting 20 points in limited minutes. I mean, it just shows you how good of a team that Boston is. But they play well at home. I think Dallas will certainly do the same. I think they'll shoot better. I think they'll get more from their X factors. They were well balanced in game 2 throughout their starting lineup. I think everybody scored double figures, but they're going to need more to beat this team. Game 1 was certainly ugly. Game 2 was better in terms of a closer score, and they gave them there was a lot more competitive game. But game 3, there's certain things that need to happen, as we talked about, but my boy Kyrie Irving really has to step up in game 3.
I was going to ask that because you obviously know Kyrie very well, won a title with him. Like, what do you think it's as easy as like he had 2 bad games and he can just flip the switch and like he's got to, because he does have to play better. Going into this series, the Celtics are the better team overall. If Luka and Kyrie can play out of their mind, they have a fighter's chance. But right now, Kyrie just hasn't played well.
He hasn't played well, and what was he, 6 for 19 and then 7 for 18 in game 2? It's not only about hitting shots. He needs to, when they come to double him or they switch off onto him, he has to continue to create. Like, I was waiting in all the series leading up to the finals, you always saw he kind of just let the game come to him in the first half, and the second half he exploded. And then so I was just sitting there the first 2 games waiting for it. And yeah, he did have 2 bad games. Obviously, he has the history there in Boston. I know he wants to prove himself, and I don't care what he says. He doesn't care. Maybe he likes those guys on that team, but he doesn't care for the city. Obviously, like we said, tomorrow game 3 is the series. They have to win that one, but in order for that to happen, Kyrie has to be himself, and he just wasn't in those first 2 games. It's as simple as that. His shot making and his leadership this year has taken such a huge stride and really taken that team to the next level. But it has to be that Batman and Robin with him and Luka. And Luka has, again, more than done his part, and he's been excellent in these playoffs. And he needs Kyrie to be his wingman.
Yeah, Luka might be the best player in the world right now. Do you have a top 5?
Ooh,
a top 5 in the world?
Yeah.
top 5 in the world.
It's very important.
Joker is,
Yeah.
Joker is, but I'm always like all things considered, right? So I think, Joker is up there, certainly Luka, SGA, Embiid,
Giannis.
I mean, like, in that health plays a factor too. So like Joel, when he's in peak form, and he's feeling good, like if he was healthy throughout the playoffs, I believe that they do beat the Knicks. But then the Knicks, it's like they have guys banged up. Randall's out, so
everyone gets
with
hurt.
teams as well. Everybody gets done. I mean, look at us. Jimmy was out. Terry Rozier was out. So I think that health plays a big part in all that. But top 5, I'd probably say those guys.
Good answer.
Then good top 5.
Depend. Yeah, and I mean, maybe not in that order, but it's pretty close.
Yeah,
it's definitely those 5 though.
What? Yeah, go ahead.
Did you watch the end of the Timberwolves Mavericks series when Rudy Gobert was trying to play defense on Luka, and you were like, I did that against Steph Curry?
I did. I didn't say exactly that when Rudy was guarding him, but I don't know. I was kind of torn on how I felt about, if I wanted the Timberwolves to win or not, because I do like the way how the way that their team is built. Anthony Edwards, how can you not enjoy watching him and love watching him play? And as a competitor, they play in different ways. I like how Nas, Reed, Jay McDaniels, all those guys play. But yeah, I think you get put on that island by somebody like Luka. It's like I said, we've gone over that play in 2016 probably 200 times within the film sessions, the scouting reports, the walkthroughs. So, when I switched out onto Steph during that possession, I kind of just try to keep my feet down, force him into a tough shot. And listen, he just missed the shot. Everybody said, oh, it's this great stop. He kept his feet down, but he just missed the shot.
Yeah.
No, you locked him up.
You locked him up.
Come on.
I locked his ass up. No. But at the end of the day, like, if you're Rudy Gobert on any guard trying to switch out, he was on an island. I don't know what they were doing, where the help was, why they switched off. But I don't know if it was McDaniels or who it was that they had gotten the switch. And when you slow it down, you had kind of seen his face just like, oh man, shit, here we go again.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah. All right. So, in terms of like the Mavericks in that locker room right now, because you obviously famously you were on a team that was down 2 games. You were down 3-1 in the series against the Warriors. I know there's the whole we can't panic, but what is it actually like? Is there a nervous energy of like we're up against it right now?
For sure, and I think that's also healthy, right? It's important to you. You want to feel like, all right, our back's up against the wall. And, I've been on teams where not only 16, but even, last year when everybody counted us out and we made that finals run, our backs were against the wall. And we felt like that. We felt like, it's just going to be us. We have to step up. We have to play better, but we can also, especially at home, play into our crowd. We're going to need them. It does matter. Home court advantage does matter. But everybody has to play their best. And I think in some ways you also have to play like there's nothing to lose at the same time. You have to play free because, you can't go out there and be shooting under 30% from 3 and expect to win. So you have to be loose. You have to be free. And I think, speaking of Kyrie Irving too, I think he has to, because he's done it all year, been a real leader for this team. And he's going to have to come out tomorrow and show them the way because he's won a championship. He knows what it takes. He's played extremely well in the finals a few times. And I think he's going to be the one that's going to have to set the tone for him. But I do think there's, the healthy emotions and the appropriate fear of, hey, if we don't win this game, this is probably it. So I think the Celtics also know, and Missoula also know, like, hey, this is going to be their haymaker tomorrow that they're going to throw, and we have to withstand that. But I know that Jason Kidd will have them ready for tomorrow.
And on the reverse side, I mean, you've been in series where you're up 2-0. Do you find yourself having we aren't playing with the same urgency? Because it does feel like that's the path here for the Mavs. They obviously have to win Game 3, and then you're hoping that Game 4 is tight and you can go from there. Because there always does feel that psychology of Game 3 going back home, other teams up 2-0. Maybe they're not playing with the type of focus and energy that they should have.
Yeah, I think it's, some people's natural instinct is to relax or to think it comes I shouldn't say easy, but our route here to potentially winning a game 3, which could be a series and championship deciding game. Just to pull it back a little bit is probably all that a team like Dallas needs to use their crowd, to use the city, to use everybody stepping up and playing well to their advantage. But I do believe that there is something certainly to that when you talk about the psychology of the game. You see that happen a lot. Guys, it's a natural instinct just to relax. All right, we're up 2-0. We have some breathing room. But I do believe that Tatum, Brown, Horford, the guys that have been there a while are going to make sure that that isn't the case. But until you actually get out there, lace them up and toss the ball up, you just never know.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. And you were talking about Kyrie's leadership ability that he has this year, or seems to have. He seems like he's kind of matured a whole lot this season. We were saying that actually he needs to get back to the wild Kyrie, like the completely
maybe at least for
Kyrie.
this series. Yeah, just go unhinged, bring the sage out, bring the walking stick in. Like if you do that and change that dynamic, say the earth is flat again, I think we might have a 40-point game out of Kyrie.
Yeah, I like that. He absolutely should. But when you were playing with him, he might have been just a different guy because you mature as you get older. It's kind of human nature.
Yes.
Was he is he a vocal leader? Do you know about him being like a very vocal presence in the locker room at shoot around, or did he like keep to himself most often?
Most often he kept to himself. But I think to his point, he knew when he spoke up that, which wasn't often that guys were going to listen because, he kind of, would catch you off guard when he did that. So you wanted to, kind of hang on his every word because he knew that it must have really been important to him for him to say something. But I think he always, at least when he was around us, led by example and was one of those guys that was just incredible to play with and to watch. I tell everybody all the time, I've never seen a better, first of all, people talk about handle, talk about game. I think everybody says it now, but we looked at him and said, man, if he was 6'5" or 6'6", he'd be, Kobe. And he already is, so skilled. He has a crazy post-up game, handle, shot selection, best under the rim finisher that I've ever seen. And in a 5-on-5 type of situation or scenario in practice, I've never seen anybody better.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody better than Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. Question about coaching during the finals or the playoffs in general. Has there been a specific moment where one of your coaches gave you guys a adjustment that like unlocked everything? Because I never know. I see it. You see adjustments throughout the series, but I never know how much it's overrated or it's underrated. If the coaching in a series, game to game, really does get a team like, oh, that once they made this switch, it just changed everything.
Yeah, and I think now when you have all these advanced analytics and you have numbers that tell a story, there certainly are more adjustments to be made, but it's such a small ball and switching type of league now that you have to find ways to take advantage of that, as well as understand where and what the other team, where they're getting their best, where they're functioning at their best and where they're getting their most points per possession, depending on where we're sending a guy. Are we sending help? Are we going to double team them? Are we going to trap them? Are we going to send the low man? I mean, there's so many different things depending on the matchup that dictate what those, different changes are going to be throughout the course of a game, the course of a series. It could be a lineup change. There's just so many different decisions that have to be made throughout the course of a 7-game series. And I'm sure there's one coming here in game 3. What that is, I don't know. I think Boston obviously is going to run it back and play the same way, but Jason Kidd is going to find a way to, unlock them on the offensive end, which is, going to be huge for them in game 3.
Yeah, I mean, he already tried the Jaylen Brown is the best team or player on the Celtics.
Yeah.
Did you think that was a little desperate? Yeah. Do you think that was a little desperate because it's like it was after game 1, and also those guys? We were joking on Sunday, like it feels like it was maybe like 3 or 4 years too late to do that because it might have worked 4 years ago with those two guys, but it feels like they've been through so many wars together and matured so much that they are kind of in
I don't
this
think they
weird,
care.
Yeah, they don't care anymore, and they just want to
They
win.
don't care.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I think it was posed to Drew Holiday like, hey, did you hear what Jason Kidd had said about Jaylen Brown being the best player? He's like, well, he is. Like, okay, what's the follow up to that? There's no follow up. And then, Tatum after game 2 was like, man, golly, I need to. He literally said golly too. That's not me saying that. He said, he's like, I need to make some shots. But he's like, why am I focusing on myself right now, making shots where we're winning 2 basketball games, other guys are playing great, and we, haven't won a championship. In 15, 16, however many years it's been, 08. Why would I care about myself missing shots right now? So Jaylen Brown's been great for them throughout the playoffs, and at times he really is their best player. So I do think it was, maybe a few years too late. There's, too much scar tissue. There's too many layers to be peeled back, after so many tough losses for them, whether you're in the finals, Eastern Conference Finals, they don't care. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably smart on their part. Like, they've dealt with this enough. If you say at the start of a season, maybe it gets in the guy's head, but they're like, this is too important right now. We're in the NBA Finals. This is what we work for. Those mind games. Jason Kidd's going to need to, spill a couple more Gatorades, I think. Step up his
the
gamesmanship.
Gatorade throw, smart, man.
Yeah.
Smart. That's a great adjustment. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it was really good. Got to ask you about Bill Walton. So you guys have the UCLA connection. Bill was we can't call him a friend of ours. We had him on the show one time, but he's such a unique dude and an interesting person that he's a guy that will leave a mark on you whenever you meet him. I'm assuming you got to spend a fair amount of time with Bill, and just curious to know from your perspective, are any great Bill Walton stories or anything that's going to stick with you about getting to hang out with him?
Just the type of person he was. I think that I was very fortunate to have been around him and got to spend time around Coach Wooden and Bill Walton at the same time, which for a 17-year-old was incredibly special. I think at the time, I like to say it wasn't lost on me, but looking back and really understanding who they were and what they meant to the game of basketball. Obviously, Coach Wooden, the overall game, but certainly the college basketball game. But Bill just everywhere. I mean, he was a force of nature, somebody who was bigger than the game itself, made people feel a certain way, not only about him, but about life. Every time you were around him, you just felt like what life is supposed to be about, like the goodness of him and him. But I can remember the first time that I spoke to him was when I was 16 years old. I was getting recruited by UCLA. Coach Ben Howland was, he wanted me to take a call, and it was about a 30-minute call because Bill likes to speak, and he just told me probably 2 minutes about UCLA basketball, a couple minutes about Coach Wooden and the tradition of excellence, but then he spoke about Pet Sounds, the Grateful Dead, the Beach Boys in that era for about 25 minutes. And I was like, man, what an act. That guy was special. But he was just somebody who, I watched growing up. I watched the Boston Celtics outlet drills. I watched him on that 86 team, being a six man. They always said playing when he wanted to, leaned on stories about him from Kevin McHale my first year in Minnesota, obviously furthering the big man tradition at UCLA was a huge thing for me. Me going there in 07, 08 and seeing his photo everywhere, hearing all the stories. And it's funny, I know I'm a little bit all over the map here, but Bill he's just a very special guy that meant so much to the league, and he will be sorely missed for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So Kevin, this has been awesome. We love having you on. I had one last question for you. It's a Roback question. RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE. 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts. Roback.com, promo code TAKE. Go right now. So the Olympics coming up. Are you waiting to see if you make the team?
I'm not going to make the team this time.
We need to stand up for Kevin Love like people are doing for Caitlin Clark. Be like, this is bullshit.
If you want to grow the game,
this
you
is
have
bullshit.
Kevin Love in the Olympics.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is bullshit. But you did win a gold medal in 2012 in London. How awesome is it playing on the Olympic team, just being like, we're so much better than everyone?
It's pretty awesome.
That's
I mean, but you know, and a lot of these teams that you play against, especially now, the world game across the board has gotten so much better. And you see of those players that we mentioned earlier in the top five, what are four out of the five non-American?
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. So it's amazing to see where the game has gone, even since 2012 with the Olympics in 2010, with the World Championships, where the game has grown to, and also crazy. You know, when I look at those photos, and you know, you look to your left, you look to your right, and you're like, okay, it's Kobe, young Kevin Durant, it's LeBron, it's Carmelo, it's Russell Westbrook. Yeah, it's just like it's pretty wild to see. You know, just how good that team was. But now you look in 2024, what that team is going to look like if Embiid does indeed play, you know, in the starting five and throughout their entire team, who they're going to put on the floor is really going to be, you know, special to watch. And even though I didn't get picked for the team, I will still tune in and make sure that I'm checking that out. Although the women's, I don't know if Kevin Clark's on the team, I might not watch.
Yeah,
that's what everyone's saying. Yeah, we're all boycotting.
Yeah,
I'm boycotting.
Yeah.
Do you agree that if Jason Tatum was from Eastern Europe, that he would be in the top five?
That he would be in the top five?
Yeah, a lot of people are having the conversation.
If he was from Eastern Europe,
is it anti-American bias?
Hank is just mad. Hank is mad because Jason Tatum is the sixth best guy or seventh best player in the league, and he gets upset that people don't put him as the third best player.
This is a lie. They're gaslighting.
There's levels to this.
There's a lot of chatter that, if you know, best player, best team, should he be in the top five?
Plays defense, unlike Luka.
Hank's getting spicy.
Ooh, Hank.
I mean, that's got to mean something.
No, I think. Listen, it's tough to say. I feel like this league is so much based on like your scoring output now. All the rules, everything is pretty much, you know, manufactured in order for guys to score. So I think you look at a guy like Luka, who's averaging, you know, he's averaging 30, then 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 points a game, you know, and yeah, they basically put him on the, you know, weak side block to play defense. So he just kind of has to tag guys in the, but he gets to save all his energy for offense. His offense is his defense. But no, I get what you mean. Like Missoula, he does a great job of making sure that everybody that comes in, you have to guard your man, and if you switch, you have to you know, make it hard for the next guy. I think Tatum does a really good job of that, but yeah, I think it's hard for a lot of people to put him in their top five. And is that fair? I don't know, but if he ends up winning a championship, I don't really think he'll give a shit.
We need this.
And you won't either, Hank.
Yeah, you won't either. We need this. We need the Mavs to at least win one game, because it sucks that we're 2 games into the NBA Finals and we're doing like, where's Jason Tatum ranked? But that's what Hank does to us.
Shut up! I have never cared about the ranking.
Gaslights.
I'm a team guy. I'm a results guy. I just want to win.
Right.
Kevin, I got
you're 2 games in. They have to win, and Hank's like, "Hey, I know a guest we should have on. It's Kevin Love."
Yeah. He is our producer.
Man.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Olympics, what was that like for you? Did you have to stay in the same Olympic village as like every other athlete, or was there a special section for multimillionaire superstar basketball players?
The latter. There was a special section for us, you know, kind of in the epicenter of London at the time. So we didn't stay in the Olympic Village, which was upsetting, because it was. I mean, it's like you're you know, back in a college type atmosphere, and you're in the dorms, and you just get to be around every other country, every other athlete, and you know, kind of break bread with them. But we visited, but we USAB, we kind of had our spot off to the side and took a little bit tougher route logistically to get to where we needed to be. But again, staying in the village would have been an experience.
Yeah. All right. Well, Kevin, thank you as always, man. We appreciate it. When the Heat come to town next year in Chicago, you got to come by and check out the new office. We'll maybe
would love to
run us through some drills, but appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, gentlemen. Appreciate you.
Kevin Love was brought to you by Visible. If you haven't heard of Visible, now you have. They're the wireless carrier that's making wireless visible. It's in the name. Switch to Visible, the wireless company that makes wireless visible. Get a one-time plan with unlimited 5G data powered by Verizon as low as $25 a month every month, taxes and fees included. Use promo code TAKE20 to receive $20 off your first month by listening to this podcast. Just do promo code TAKE20. You get $20 off your first month. One-line wireless as low as $25 a month, taxes and fees included. Unlimited 5G data powered by Verizon. Switch now at Visible.com. Save on wireless with unlimited 5G data, and it's powered by Verizon. For data management practices and additional terms, visit Visible.com. The Visible monthly rate is $25 a month. Switch now at Visible.com.
Okay, let's wrap up the show with Pardon Your Take.
Breaking news.
What's breaking news?
Breaking news. Aaron Rodgers is not attending minicamp, and it is not excused, per Robert Saleh. So he's going to get fined. He said Rodgers had a previous engagement, an event that is important to him.
Wait, minicamp? No one goes to minicamp.
It's not excused.
It's not excused?
No, he's at an event.
Who cares?
The Ayahuasca Olympics?
He's probably doing some politics stuff.
Maybe at the Sphere.
Wait, so it's not
company?
Why would Robert why wouldn't he just say it's excused and not make it a whole, like, you're just basically asking for it to be a headline for no reason.
Yeah.
Good job, memes. Way to figure it out.
Yeah, this is a nothing burger.
Nothing burger.
Nothing. He's been to all voluntary OTAs.
Unexcused.
Right, so but that's our point. If it's a nothing burger, why wouldn't you just make it a nothing burger?
Yeah, and he should have just said it's excused, and then you give the Florios of the world a headline.
Oh, the Florios.
Right.
What does that mean, the Florios? How many Florios are there?
There's so many Florios.
Okay, name.
So many Florios.
Who are your top 3 Florios right now?
Based on the 2 I saw, so Florio's 1.
Okay.
Matt Miller, he's an NFL scout.
Wait, Florio's the number 1 Florio.
Florio's number 1
And
Florio.
still.
Okay.
So,
all
and
right.
still.
Yep.
Matt Miller, 2. I just saw. I think he works for ESPN. And Diane Orsini.
Diana's the number 3 Florio.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sounds like a little anti-Italian bias there. You didn't
Matt
want to
Miller.
include Rich Cimini in there?
Threw Matt Miller in there.
Rich is fine.
So, wow, Diana is the damn.
Number 3 Florio.
Brutal. Okay. Then we got a lot of Florios out there. A lot of Florios. Also, Max, what's this Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum thing you keep retweeting?
I did. People kept tagging me in it, and I just wanted to tell them to stop tagging me.
Okay, so
That's
what
all.
is it?
It was just like a stat line that said that Ben Simmons had better stats than Jason Tatum does in these playoffs.
In what way?
Or in the finals.
Ben Simmons was in the finals?
No, just like in his career compared to these finals.
In his
Jason Tatum was just playing like Ben
regular
Simmons.
season career.
Jason Tatum was just playing like Ben Simmons in these finals.
He's averaging almost a triple-double.
So did Ben Simmons.
In the regular season.
Yeah, but
what happened in the playoffs?
I told people to stop tagging me.
Do you think that this is a good
I don't
strategy to get people to stop tagging you and
Yes,
stuff?
I did. I
For
wanted them to
visibility?
stop.
It's
That's
just
all.
sad how much people hate.
I
like
agree.
really, it
It's
just
not-
no. But like even I'm reading the first question that Memes sent. Memes hands Pixies, and he goes, "Hey PMT boys and Mavs, Max. My take is that Jason Tatum is the NBA equivalent of Brock Purdy. Like that is just you have to reach so hard as a hater to come to that conclusion.
You really do. I respect it though.
Same with Ben Simmons.
I respect it. He's a system guard or system number 3.
It's the okay, but Hank, you are partially to blame for this.
No.
Yes, you are.
No.
Because the Jason Tatum discourse sucks because people try to put him in this top 3, top 5 range. He's not. But there's a big difference. Like Jason
I think the
Tatum
best
is an
the
awesome
leader
player.
of the team that's the best team in the NBA and then potentially wins the NBA championship. Yeah, those conversations deserve to be had. Luka doesn't play defense.
Jason Tatum is awesome. Jason Tatum
plays
is not
defense.
not on the same level as Luka and Jokic and like Giannis. It's just not the same.
But I don't really care as much
awesome.
about the individual discourse.
But the problem is,
I just want the Celtics to win.
But
I'm
the
a team
problem is,
guy.
whenever
But
because
it's
that's
crazy how much people are like Jason.
Oh wait.
that's not true. Because every time when I said Luka was better than Tatum, you're like, you're a fucking Tatum hater. You got mad at me for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's not true that like that's my point is that you get when I say
People just diminish him. They give him like, oh, he's not a fucking top 5, top 10. Like Shea has been good for 1 year.
But when I say that's not true, when I say that
top 5 level,
no, but he's not. It's not just this is the first year that he's ever been good at basketball
as a top 5 player.
He was really good the year before. Wasn't he really good the year before?
I would not say he was a top 5 player until.
No, he wasn't. But Tatum is not. Tatum is not a top 5 player either. He's like 7, which is fine, which is awesome.
But it's close enough where the conversation can be had.
No, I think there's levels to it that it's very different.
But putting Shai in there and just being like, oh yeah, he's 100% top 5. He had one good year.
Wait, I didn't say Shea was in the top 5 right now.
Got it.
Also,
you pretending like you don't get triggered anytime anyone says anything even remotely bad about Tatum is a fucking
I don't
lie.
mind people saying it's
This
not
is
bad.
Max. You're right. Max loves this because he knows I'm right.
Once you
you're
go
a liar for saying
I'm
that.
open to criticism. No. I'm open to discourse.
No,
once
that
you
is
throw
not true.
Once you throw
That is
Ben
not
Simmons,
true.
Ben Simmons.
For the record, I said I
Purdy.
didn't want people to tag me in that.
But you're being completely disingenuous.
No,
to
you're
pretend,
gaslighting. You're
No, I'm not. You're pretending.
Hank's saying I am completely open to
criticism is ridiculous.
I take more criticism than anyone else.
You're not open to it.
I'm super open to it. Bring it on.
I think
it
you
gets
invite
brought on me every day.
You invite criticism.
I exist.
Yes,
that's the issue.
Yeah, that's it. Also, the stat comparison it's very funny because it's comparing Tatum's finals, of which we have a sample size of 2 games.
Well, no, he
false.
against Warriors.
Oh no, 2024
Yeah.
finals. It's just this year's finals, and it's being compared to Simmons' entire rookie year, and also only outside of the restricted area. So they kept throwing like little caveats out there.
I defended Tatum's game 2 performance when people were saying he was trash. You are disingenuous. You are.
That's not true.
You are because anytime I would say that Tatum is
I'm an
not
open
in that
book.
upper level, you'd be like, you fucking just hate him.
The rest is still unwritten.
But calling him 6'7" is not an insult.
I never said it was.
Yes, you have.
But I think a conversation could be made for calling him top 5.
So the fact is, his game 2, if you're just basing it,
especially when Embiid is in the
an
conversation,
average
like,
player or not the standard
playoffs,
average NBA
winning should
player.
matter.
Jason
Winning should
Tatum
matter.
played a
Winning
good
should matter.
game compared
Winning
to
should
average.
matter.
The guys on
he
your
did not
team
play
matter.
a good game compared to like what you would expect from a
staying
top 5
healthy
player.
should matter.
Sure. But the guys on your team matter. The Celtics have an awesome team. Tatum's an awesome player. He's not the same as the top 3 or 4 guys in the league.
You're making people hate Jason Tatum.
Yes, that's my point.
that's-
He has made it because
I'm reacting to
he
the
wants
discourse.
Jason Tatum
I'm not
to be
creating the
considered
discourse.
in the level of the best player in the league. He's just not, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that he's bad. He's really fucking good. He's going to have a career where he's like the 5th to 7th best player for a decade plus. It's going to be a Hall of Fame career.
You said 5.
6th to 7th best player for a decade plus. It's crazy how hung up you are on 5.
Anytime somebody hates on Jason Tatum, they're really hating on Hank, and you're becoming an avatar of everybody that is a pain in the ass to root for Hank.
Yeah, whatever. I'm just defending my guy.
Which I respect.
What is your guys' thoughts on if college football did a March Madness style bracket with 68 instead of their playoffs? You'd have so much football and hit on so many overs. Ollie from Canada.
Are you talking about the regular season?
Yeah, that'd be the regular season. No, football wouldn't work.
What do you think is the perfect number of teams for college football playoffs? I kind of like 12.
I think 16. Get 4 extra games.
I kind of like 12.
Well, I
12's a
think
good
they
number.
need to. I think they need to get rid of. They need to get rid of the conference championship because that feels like it should just be the top 2 are automatically in. Like the conference championship should actually be the 3rd and the 4th best team playing to get into the college football playoff, not the 1st and 2nd.
That would get
like
confusing,
Michigan and Ohio State though are going to be playing for. Say Michigan and Ohio State play for a conference championship. They're both already going to be in the playoff.
Yeah.
So it's like an added game that doesn't really. I know it's the home field advantage is at stake, but the only thing I would like to see is like I'm always in favor of as many ways for teams to play their way in.
Yeah,
leave it less to the voters.
It would be weird though if it was a conference championship and it was the third and the fourth best team.
You just didn't call it a conference championship game. You just called it a
play-in game.
Play-in game, yeah,
Yeah.
right. So you know what I mean? Like I like being able to play as many games on the field as possible, so it's not a judged like, oh, this team's resume versus this team's resume. Just play it out.
Yeah. Maybe you get Florida State to play against the second place team in the Big Ten, and then Florida State can beat them, then they're in.
16 teams?
12 to 16 is good, but I hope they don't expand it any further than that.
No, I think that's the limit. Because once you get past 12, 16, it's teams that have some big flaws that would really, I don't think, like deserve to play for a national title.
Hey, Big Cat, PFT, Hank, and my brother Max from Philly. Not enough people are talking about how Luka doesn't play defense, and that if Jason Tatum was from Europe, then everyone would be glazing him as hard as.
Wait, I thought Memes set it up for you.
Yeah, this was a good one.
Oh, interesting.
If Jason Tatum was European, if he was Slovak,
what would happen?
You didn't even read the Brock Purdy one.
Yeah, you didn't read the Brock.
Well, yeah, I stopped after the first sentence because it was so stupid.
Yeah, right. But
it
you're
basically just said that Brock Purdy has good players around him,
Yeah.
and he's a good player.
Yeah.
But he has good players around him, which makes him a better player.
But remember, Hank's open to criticism. He just won't finish the question.
Well, you just started screaming.
No, you
gaslighting
started.
me,
You
telling me
said
that I'm disingenuous.
No, you said that.
Those are fighting words.
You are.
I'm not. I'm genuine as fuck.
Okay.
Brock Purdy was almost the MVP.
True.
Take that as a compliment.
Yeah. Top
Would
5
you
QB.
say that Brock Purdy is one of the top 3 QBs at any point?
No, I would not.
Oh, interesting.
And the fact that
he's had nothing but success.
Brock Purdy has not had nothing but success.
He literally has had nothing but success.
He was a 6th-round pick. He was a 6th-round
Oh,
pick.
we're doing draft order now?
Well, yeah, if he had nothing but success, he would have been successful in college. He would have been successful, he would have got drafted higher.
How successful was Jason Tatum in college?
He scored a lot. He was good.
Brock Purdy scored a lot in
drafted
college.
3. AWL Robbie from Mass, which will happen first, the process being completed or Max hitting the lottery ball?
Oh, that's a good question. The problem is the process, we've talked about this, will never be complete. They can keep it going forever.
It's always up for debate, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really the butterfly effect.
Unless they win, then it's complete.
Then it's complete.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, last one. What's up, Maddie? My theory is if Tennessee Titans draft Matt Leinart, not Vince Young, the Titans would have won at least one Super Bowl.
No.
03-04, USC wins the Natty back-to-back. 05, the Titans hire Norm Chow. USC makes it back to the Natty in 05, but narrowly lose to Texas. The Tits owner, Bud Adam, being a Texas guy, drafts Young with 3rd overall. The Tits end up drafting Lindell White in the 2nd, and Leinart went 10th overall. Now, you cannot tell me if we had almost 3-peat national champ OC, Heisman QB, backup power back, and 2 years later draft CJ2K that the Tits wouldn't have at least won one Super Bowl.
It's some all-time fan fiction.
These are also the years the Titans had Bullock, KVB, and PFT's boy Albert Hainsworth on defense. Interested to hear your thoughts.
So basically you're saying, just keep USC together.
Yeah.
They're trying to do
it. Keep
the
USC
Eagles. They're doing
together.
what the Eagles. They're like the Eagles.
No, the Knicks.
The Eagles too.
But Knicks with
the Georgia.
Nova.
Yeah, but Knicks with Nova.
I don't mind this level of cope because then you can just look back and say, yeah, we basically won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But also Vince Young was very, very good his rookie year.
Yeah. He showed some promise.
Yeah. And
Did
now
he win Rookie of the Year?
He did.
Yeah.
And now he's reduced to playing pro-ams on the golf tour.
Yeah, doing interviews.
Wasn't he on a Madden cover?
He was.
Yes, he was.
Wow.
Hey, do you feel like we didn't end this thing?
No, we're good. We got 2 games left.
You're just
I just can't wait for him to drop like 240 pieces and wins, and then it's like.
So, and what happens if he doesn't?
And we win the championship, then he's still the leader of a championship team.
Hank, have you thought about what has to happen if the Celtics win?
Yes. Someone reminded me that.
Yeah.
You have to shave your head.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
I'll get to it.
Good.
Wait, what do you mean you'll get to it?
I mean, we just don't I'll get to it.
You're just never going to do it?
Eventually.
When's that? You told Derek White you would do it.
And I will.
And we'll have Derek White back on and be like, why isn't your head shaved?
If he's
what's
back,
your
if
answer?
he's here, if he comes back in here, I'll
No,
You,
he'll be on
you
Zoom.
said that you would do it.
I will do it. That's my.
So when he comes
I give
back
you my
on the
word,
show?
I give you my word that I will shave my head if the Celtics win a championship.
So when he comes back on the show, you'll make sure that your head's shaved for him?
I will do it.
Are you saying that you're not going to do it now?
I will do it.
So but when Derek White is back on the show after the Celtics win the title, and he's like, "Hey, where's my guy Hank? Does he have his head
TFT
shaved?"
still doesn't have a perm. So I have at least 2 years. I don't know when that bet was from, but you've given me a 2-year window to shave my head.
All-time deflection.
Once you get the perm, that's when the window closed. That's the statute of limitations.
Memes.
When we have to pay off our bets.
Get the perm people.
Call up the perm.
Get the perm people. I'm
Get the perm on
I'm
the
willing
line.
to do the perm at any time.
All right,
He's always been willing to do the
That's
perm.
what I'm
Always.
saying. I will shave my head.
Always
I will,
willing.
I will definitely shave my head.
Memes told me it was happening
get
in
the
the live
perm.
stream when I got the tattoo. I was ready to do both. Don't know what happened to the perm person.
Yeah, but once you close the perm bet, then that's the window that I have to shave my head.
No, Hank, you're being disingenuous.
He's being very
That's genuous as fuck.
all day.
You're the leader of the
genuous is a
show.
word?
Hank, you are the host of Part of My Take.
You're the host.
You're
the
being
senior host.
disingenuous, Hank.
No, I'm being genuous.
I don't think it's a word.
It is, and Hank's being it. It's literally just look at Hank right now, disingenuous.
Wait, you don't think disingenuous is a word?
No,
Jake?
genuous.
Oh no, genuous definitely not a word.
Yeah.
No, but that's fine.
Genuine.
Yeah.
He's being a genuine.
Genuine. Winona Ryder.
Gotcha.
It is Winona Judd. That's where I learned Winona.
Still, but that doesn't. It's Winona Ryder.
She's gonna take whatever I call her.
Disingenuous.
I'm a man of my word. What bet have I not paid up
Wait,
on?
we need to go back and look at the actual transcript of that because did you say that there was like a time frame when you'd shave your head?
No.
Yeah, right after.
No, because as you guys were saying it, I knew.
Oh, stop it.
Like,
Oh, that was
PFT
the perm bet?
doesn't
You
pay-
knew in the back of your head that the perm bet would
Well, it's like
help
you guys have set the example. You guys are the leaders of the show.
What have I not done?
I don't know. I could find something.
Okay.
But PFT, like,
I'm willing
fact
to
or
do the
fiction,
perm.
Fact or fiction, like there's not much I
The
can
perm
do.
hurts. The perm hurts.
If
The
there's
perm hurts.
if there's a perm capable person that's in the building right now, I'll get a perm right now. I've never tried to stop the perm. I've actively encouraged the perm.
All right, let's finish up numbers.
I will shave my head if the Celtics win a championship
And for Derek White when he comes back on.
next season.
No.
Do you think that maybe
You don't have a choice. Like, again, like you can talk.
Disingenuous.
If you're upset with me, get upset with him.
All right, so
If you're upset with me, look in the mirror, buddy.
worst case scenario, when was the perm bet? That was the Eagles. So that's October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, 8 months.
Okay, great. Middle of December.
Look at the transcript. Hank said, "Yeah, I'll shave my head when we win."
When? You said when we win.
All right, numbers.
8.
18.
23.
What, did you say 20?
I said 20.
I'll do 56.
Yeah, you paused on it. I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah, that's on me.
You ever gotten it?
8.
99
No.
bug.
Do you want to switch?
I just said that.
No.
Oh, you did?
No. You don't want to
88.
21.
44.
Halfway there.
Damn.
Love you guys.